All right, here we go. Faizon Love, welcome back to VladTV, and we're actually in the house right now.
In the house.
The actual house.
The house. Sorry
I'm
for the
actually
leak.
here.
That's crazy.
Experiencing it all.
Because it's like you guys surprised me.
Yeah. Oh, because you didn't know I was in town. When we were talking.
Because I was coming from Pensacola.
Right.
I said, are you in town? I said, I will be tomorrow. And yeah, I'll be there this week.
Yeah, I just forgot to mention I'm in Atlanta also, so.
This is like the second time we did this.
In person, yeah.
Because we did Van Nuys twice? Or once?
Once. Yeah, usually we're in Atlanta, at my Atlanta studio out here. But yeah, we're actually at the house this time. I love the house, by the way.
Thank you, man.
I love it. It's very Faizon.
That's
one thing. Yeah, that's one thing. You're not going to mistake this house for someone else's house. The police show up, they're not going to think that you broke in.
You see Bruce Lee at the door?
Bruce Lee? No, I missed that one.
Oh, yeah, he's at the
You
door.
got Bruce Lee at the door?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man, you got some really dope memorabilia and then a really dope classic car collection as well.
They're just old cars.
Yeah.
They're old cars. They're old. I can't afford new cars, Vlad.
Yeah, well.
These guys are rich.
Hey, man. Hey,
these are old cars.
Get it how you live. All right, well, we got a lot to talk about today, but we have to start with the Katt Williams thing.
Oh,
we got to start with it. So he did Club Shay Shay, and he said a bunch of stuff. But the first thing he said is, I only put on comedians that are funnier than me. Anybody who told you differently was a fat Faizon liar.
You know, Katt loves me. That's what I deduced to, because I'm always on his mind for no reason.
Right.
I'm like, what? We don't talk or nothing, but he's doing the interview and he has to say something about me.
Yep. He wasn't even asked about you.
Right.
Yeah. He just brought you up out of the blue.
How's your car collection? Fuck Faizon. And fuck his cars. Like, what the fuck? I think he somebody told me, he's like, it was Mac Minister. Mac Minister called me. He says,
from prison.
Yes. He goes, listen, brother. You guys are more like than, I said, listen, first of all, I don't read 3,000 books. I'm not that focused. Mac Minister's trying to say we're more alike. I said, listen, brother. Because he knows where I went. My mind went like, okay, when I see him, it's you know, I gotta fuck him up.
But that's like you beating up a 14-year-old.
It's like me going to a soccer field and beating up a 14-year-old, slapping him first to get my ass beat.
You see what I did there, right? You see what I did there?
You flipped it.
I flipped it, right. It took you a second, but yeah, you got it.
But I was like, and I was listening to somebody say, you know, let me just say this on record. This has been the worst Black History Month. Every black artist has been at Nicki and this girl and this, the comedians, I'm gonna whoop your ass. It's like, I got into this business. This business saved my life, right? You know what I'm saying? It saved my life.
Yeah.
Because I'm doing something I love, and I'm not in cuffs. It's easy, so all the bad shit has come into this business for no reason. It's just all this negative energy, and the business is already diabolical. So I don't know why he's reaching like that. Like, why are you bringing the negative? This ain't rap. I don't have time to fake fight somebody. If somebody coming here, you saw that video, the guy came in my door. I'm ready to shoot this motherfucker.
Right.
There is no chill point.
Right.
Cam Newton's trying to show some kids how to play football. They chop them.
There's more to that story, but we'll go on.
Well, that's what I saw.
Yeah, but from what I understand, I actually saw an interview with the two guys that got into the fight with him. he has a long history of just being really disrespectful to all these guys over and over and over and telling, oh, y'all wouldn't be shit without me and y'all ain't shit. And, like, literally someone made a compilation video of him insulting them over and over again, and they reached a breaking point.
Let me ask you this.
Okay.
Who's the bigger person?
Cam.
He's got to, we, including myself,
right,
have been doing a bad job at leading examples.
Right, but if someone attacks you, you got to defend yourself. And he actually did a pretty good job of...
I get that.
He wasn't punching them. If you don't...
I get it, but I'm saying
around, but
the whole shit was fucked up.
Yeah.
Them coming at him, you're going to listen. They supposed to sit down and talk.
Right.
And Cam was supposed to feel like an asshole after that talk. These kids look up to you. You degrading them. You parading them. They don't know how they're street kids that don't know how to fight.
Clearly. Clearly.
It's like how many niggas would it take to put on a big motherfucking quarterback with a hat on? If you don't lose a hat during the fight.
With a Wicked Witch of the West hat.
Right.
On top of it, that never came off.
Right. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
But it's like we're not being good stewards of the business. That's what from Katt insulting these people with all lies. And people, and he has a leader of a following of degenerates that can't do shit.
Talk about Katt?
Yeah, because there's people on the line, Katt told the truth. About what?
Right. The
Illuminati are scheduling motherfuckers to suck dick? Is that all they want is the dick? You know how many people will, if the Illuminati say, you want to be a star, all you got to do is come suck some dick. You know how long that line would be?
Oh, that long.
Just in Atlanta itself.
That line would be crazy.
It'd be the longest fucking line.
Me from here to California.
You want to be rich? Come suck some dick. Pew! And people believe that these non-truths are in their head. I don't know if it's the weed. Kevin Hart's a plant.
Yeah.
The fuck? We're not fucking spies.
Right.
We don't work for the fucking.
He's undercover.
Yes, Kevin. We need you to go in and break up the whole comedy scene. Are you fucking stupid?
They had a meeting with all the FBI agents. Like, who here is kind of funny? He raised his hand in the back. Me.
That's Kevin Hart's movie.
Okay, you're going undercover.
The plant.
All right, this one's going to the mafia. This one's going to go to the triads.
Exactly.
And you're going to infiltrate comedy.
It doesn't work.
I don't know about that one.
It's all bullshit. And I'm like, Shay is sitting there not going, are you... Come on, motherfucker. That don't make sense. That don't make sense, motherfucker. If I say something crazy, you'll be like, Faizon, come on.
Right, I've argued.
Yes, yes.
I'd be like, come on.
Like, come on. So, Black America needs a healing, number one. And I think this is part of it because everybody's acting a fool. It's like, it's not even... When I got in this business, it was all, I was the outsider looking in going, damn, oh shit. I wouldn't go to award shows because I didn't feel good. I was like, I don't, let's just say, even though I was acting, people knew me, I'm like, I'm not going to that. I remember Magic Johnson had his birthday party. And Robert Towns said, man, you should come. I said, shit, fucking Magic Johnson. I get to this Magic Johnson, Denzel Wash, all these people. Hadn't met Denzel, hadn't met Paul. And I'm sitting there and they come to me like, fuck my head up. Like they knew who I was.
Yeah. Isn't that the best feeling in the world when someone that you admire walks up to you and tells you how much they love your work, and you're surprised they even know who you are.
They even know who you are.
Yeah, when that happens to me, it's always like, it feels surreal.
Eddie Murphy would talk to me, and I'm like, this the fucking reason I'm even in the business. And I'm like, this motherfucker. People always say, when you're around Eddie Murphy, you try to be funny? I'm like, fuck no. You're studying this motherfucker. His every move. It's just like you sitting here with, like, and he talks shit. He talks shit. Me and Heavy D are sitting there talking. Eddie Murphy comes by and he says, what do you guys doing, trading recipes? I'm like,
rest in peace, Heavy D, man, the overweight lover.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Trading recipes.
And that's what I'm saying. This business user, Heavy D is one of the nicest people you could ever meet. And it's recipes. But it was like, those people are gone. And now we just left with trash. Will Smith slapped Chris Rock at the Oscars.
And then sat back down and got his award.
Sat back down and watched the Oscars.
Right.
And won.
And won.
I'm like, something is clearly flipped.
Yeah, I think security was too scared they were going to get slapped themselves.
Well, I don't, because Killer Mike.
Will is pretty big.
But he's the last person they gonna slap him and then be scared of. I mean, you know what I'm saying? But Killer Mike pushed somebody and they
got arrested. That's true.
I'm like, what the fuck? I don't even know what happened.
Yeah.
I just know it was an altercation, but
I'm sure it wasn't as bad as the
he didn't walk up and slap a motherfucker.
Yeah, I don't think he did.
Sit down and say, suck my dick.
I don't think he did.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, I don't know what the fuck is going on. It's like we're not being good stewards of the art of they say, ooh, black, what do they say, black culture? What do they say, black greatness and all that shit? We not being that. When I first came in here, that's what it really was. It was, Bill Cosby was setting an example. It's like that's what he meant by don't have your pants down like that. And how you talk to people, you know what I'm saying? That's what it was all about. It was leading to this right here. Pound Town.
You feel like he saw the future and was trying to detour it.
Yes.
Okay, I see where you're going with this.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
Look where we at now. This motherfucker's on a platform talking about other people and not uplifting the art or pushing it forward. Just this person. Then Monique gets on there with her bullshit. I'm like, the fuck? I'm like, what the fuck has Monique done to be the great Monique? Precious and Fat Girl? And what?
That's it.
The TV show.
Yeah, I never really watched the show.
No, who watched it? Just how you should treat me as, listen, an Oscar is really not that hard to win.
I don't know about that.
Listen to me.
I don't know about that. Who do you know that's won an Oscar that
Jamie
was
Foxx.
mediocre? He was not mediocre.
No, he was. No.
Yeah.
I'm not saying, I won't say she's mediocre, but she's, I love her. Halle Berry. But she's not mediocre. Cuba Gooding got one.
He was good. He was good in that role. I wouldn't say great. So I'll give you the Cuba Gooding one. And he pretty much stuck to that character every movie. Every movie he started yelling the same way that he did in that same role.
And he was good in other way. And then so I was like, so I always say a broken clock is right twice a day.
Right.
So, I mean, Monique was playing herself.
So she was a child molester.
I mean, every time
apologist in real life.
Listen, she keeps saying daddy or daddy, and that's some pimp talk to me. I'm like, oh, this is a pimp and hoe game right here.
We'll talk about her in a second because I got my own stories with her.
I'm just going as you're throwing them, Vlad.
Right. Well, Katt said, Faizon said getting a Netflix special is easy. I have 12 specials. Guess how many Faizon got? 0.
That's very true. Guess who don't got to do one? I got 93 movies, dumbass.
Do you have any stand-up specials at all?
Yes.
On what platform?
We did it before these fuckers were doing them. We did on BT had a pay-per-view special.
Oh, okay.
I did it live from Long Beach.
Aha.
Huh?
Okay.
This was in '99.
Okay. Why haven't you done one all these years? Because it's not like you've been doing stand-up. You do stand-up every week, right? You're still sharp on that stage and you still got a big following. You're still being booked all the time. Have you been offered stand-ups that you've turned down?
No, I haven't been offered.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you that.
Keeping it real. Okay.
I have not been
all
offered.
right. You could have fronted right now and be like, oh, I turn them down every day.
No.
Okay.
Because you know why? Unlike a lot of I got to come up with some new shit. An hour and a half worth of brand new shit. Right? This shit here, a special is not every week. It's a thesis on your life. At 50, I have a lot of shit to talk about. So if I do one, that's it. That's it for till I'm 68. But they're doing them every week, not saying a fucking thing. Katt Williams does have 39 specials. Name the funny ones.
He's had some funny ones.
Name it.
He's had some.
Quote me a joke from his shit.
The one joke I liked by Katt was when he was talking about the weed dealer. He said, man, this right here is called death. He said, man, that don't even sound appealing. I don't want to die.
Right.
That was funny. I thought that was funny. That was the one that stands up to. And poor little Tink Tink, you know, the guy with the fake legs. I thought that was pretty funny. He had some moments. I'm not going to sit here and say Katt's not funny or whatever else. I'm not going to say that. I'm going to keep it, we keep it 100.
Yes. I personally have never thought he was funny. I thought he was a one-trick pony.
Yeah.
Because the people that he's from the tier of, I came up with the tier of Robin Harris, Martin Lawrence, Ricky Harris, T.K. Kirkland.
Yeah, my man.
Sam Kinison. You see what I'm saying?
Right, who scream at you.
No, but his shit was, I know his jokes.
It was funny.
What? Dice Clay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Original.
Yeah.
Little boy blue. He needed the money.
What's in the bowl, bitch? I mean, Eddie Griffin.
Yeah. Who, by the way, a lot of people have asked me, how come I haven't done another Eddie Griffin interview? We spoke recently, and with a straight face, he told me that he wants $2 million to do an interview. With a straight face over the phone, he told me $2 million. Shout out to D.L. Hughley, who got us on the phone together.
D.L. Hughley.
Yeah.
I can go on.
My man.
I can go on.
Yes. These
guys were clean, not clean, but just precision. Dave Chappelle. Precision.
Yeah.
This bullshit here, they get mad, and I said, I'm not going to say it's not even up to par. It's just you guys are the last. It's the trash.
Well, I mean, like a lot of people have asked, why do I think that this particular interview got more views than I think any other interview on YouTube? And I said, well, it's very simple. You got a, very well-known celebrity, Katt Williams, who talks about dozens of other very well-known celebrities, and all of them responded. So you had a bit of a snowball effect.
I don't think I responded.
Not you. No, you did respond. You did respond.
I showed him get his ass beat about a kid.
No, but you had a video where you responded to him.
Oh yeah, about him. Yeah, I was like.
So like I said, you as well. You.
Yeah, you're
Kevin Hart, Ludacris, Cedric the Entertainer. Everybody responded. Every single person. So listen, if Tom Cruise did an interview and dissed every other big Hollywood actor, and all those actors responded to Tom Cruise, it would be 100 million views.
Yeah.
It's an easy formula.
Yeah.
That's the formula.
I didn't look at it like that.
No, it's a formula. I'm a YouTube guy. Like, I'm the OG YouTube guy. So I know how this works. If no one responded to Katt, yes, it would get a lot of views, but not like this.
Right.
And that's it.
And in the anticipation of the response.
Exactly.
That makes sense.
He said a few more things. He said, why is Faizon allowed to have conversations about real stand-up people? We do not let people who are on the juice discuss real athletes.
What do you mean real, son? These motherfuckers wouldn't.
Well, I guess he's saying since you don't have stand-up specials.
I don't need a stand-up. Bernie Mac didn't have a stand-up special. Now, is he not a
Yeah, that kind of shuts down that argument right there.
He's a fuck, yeah.
You're going to say Bernie Mac isn't one of the all-time greats?
Yeah.
Because he closed out Kings of Comedy, right? He was the closing act.
Yes.
So what are you going to say about that? You know, I mean, and you're with D.L. Hughley.
Stand-up specials came, they call them stand-up specials because HBO did it.
They were the first ones?
Yes.
Okay, that makes sense.
But the first to do a lot was Richard Pryor and Eddie Murphy and George Carlin.
So you like live at the
George
Sunset Strip and everything else?
Yeah, that wasn't no stand-up special. That was him. That was a movie.
That was a movie, right? Raw and Delirious for movies.
Right. Eddie Murphy, that was a HBO stand-up special.
Eddie Murphy? No.
Yes.
No. Eddie Murphy, Raw and Delirious were movies.
No. Raw was a movie. Delirious was a stand-up special. Yes, sir.
About to look this up.
See, Shay didn't do this.
Wait, hold on. Raw was the second one.
Yes.
Delirious was the first one.
Raw was the second one.
Yes.
Delirious was the first one, which was an HBO movie. What movie theater was HBO in? He was coming off of his tour.
You are absolutely correct. The stand-up set became a TV special for HBO.
Yes.
You're right.
Yes.
You're absolutely right. Why all these years I thought it was a movie?
No. Raw was a movie directed by Robert Townsend and written by Keenan Ivory.
This whole time I was thinking of it wrong. Thank you for correcting.
Because this is what I do.
This is what you do. That's why I wasn't doubting you. I was like, I thought, but let me look it up.
But if Shay would have did that, fact check. Just like when Katt says Cedric stole his joke. No, he did not. Katt Williams' joke is about a guy driving his car and listen to the music so loud he can't hear the engine cut off. Cedric's joke is about a brother driving a spaceship like a Buick.
Let's talk about that for a second. The whole stealing of jokes, because what's interesting is right before Katt did his interview, I interviewed Carlos Mencia.
Right?
Okay. I almost think that my interview may have triggered some of these conversations because no one was really talking about stealing jokes for a while until I did that interview. And Carlos, I think, is the only actor that was legitimately canceled for joke stealing accusations. Because remember when Joe Rogan got on stage with him?
Yeah.
That ended up having a chain reaction. And, Carlos told me right there in my interview that he went from doing really big venues to little small clubs in the middle of Montana.
Yeah.
Except when you go from selling, 30,000 seats to selling 2,000 seats and then 2,000 seats to selling a comedy club out within a period of a year to a year and a half. It's a huge, I mean, thank God I didn't do anything really stupid with my money, but from the outside looking in, it might seem like it's not a big deal, but it was a big deal.
You know Carlos?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And remember, people forget, he was a big deal. Him and Dave Chappelle had basically, similar shows on Comedy Central at the same time. It was the Chappelle Show and mine and Mencia.
He was bigger before that.
Which is why he got a show.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was. There was a couple of people at the Comedy Store that the studios would come to see, and it was, one was Eddie Griffin, one was Carlos, and one was fucking Dice Clay. And I mean, you could tell when the Suits was in town, because they was there, so it was a big thing, but Joe called him out. Like, it's people that sold my shit.
I talked to TK Kirkland about this.
What does he know?
What's that?
What does he know?
What does he know? He's only been doing it longer than we've been alive. But what he said was this whole joke stealing thing is petty.
It is.
It's a difference with stealing a joke and stealing a whole routine or stealing a whole set, actually is what he said. A joke is a joke. A minute and a half on to the next joke. Who cares? He said his jokes have been stolen for years and years and years. His jokes have been used in commercials, like things that make you go,
Yeah.
He did that first. And then Arsenio, exactly. Then Arsenio started using it. And then he told me he was using like a Pepsi commercial or something.
Things to make you go,
Yeah.
CNC
Music Factory.
Yeah.
And you know what he said? Who cares?
See, your set is your whole show.
Right.
An hour, 45 minutes, hour, 30 minutes. That's your whole set.
Yeah.
A joke is less than maybe 30 seconds, maybe 2 minutes.
Yeah.
That's it.
Right.
So what I explain to people, if you had $1,000 and someone stole 100, would you throw away the other $900?
Yeah.
It's petty.
Right. And everyone's going through the same experience in life. They're seeing the same thing. They're watching the same news. They're looking at the same social media. I do an interview, someone else might ask the same question. Who cares?
Who cares?
Honestly, who cares?
Who cares?
You're not going to do my exact same interview.
Right.
And even if you did, who cares?
Who cares?
Yeah.
He never cried about it. He never went on a roll. You stole my jokes. Where?
Listen.
No, but what I'm saying is, okay, if you had your joke stolen, do you care?
I'm going to tell you why. I don't care because you can't do nothing about it.
Right. You can't copyright a joke.
I was, and one of the persons is George Carlin.
Stole your joke.
Yeah.
Well, that's a pretty good person to steal your joke. That's almost an honor.
I used to do this joke about a friend of mine had to go to do life. And they're going to take him to the electric chair. And they let you see somebody getting killed. They get the lethal injection. And I was like, oh, you're going to put you to sleep, the lethal injection. But first, we're going to put a little swab of alcohol right here. What the fuck is that for?
So you don't get an infection? You're about to die anyways. Who cares? Yeah.
George Carlin did that joke.
So how'd you feel when you saw that?
It's two different feelings. It's George Carlin, and then he snuck that bitch in there, and I was like, it's two different feelings.
Did you ever get to talk to George after that?
No. I mean, with him, no. I did. The other joke, and I know they're gonna laugh about. We're gonna laugh about it now. Is Marlon Wayans. I had a joke about Good Times that I did on Showtime at the Apollo, and they were doing. Marlon was trying to get us up. Not Sean. I'm sorry, not Marlon. Sean. My bad. They're putting together the show.
The Wayans brothers?
Yeah.
Okay.
No. The variety.
In Living Color?
Living Color. They're putting together live Living Color, and they're auditioning comedians, and people are going on, and I'm supposed to go on to and lo and behold, Sean is up there doing my shit. I was like, hey, what the fuck are you doing? Now, there's 10 of these Wayans around. And I'm still like, I don't give a fuck how many of you motherfuckers is this motherfucker doing? And Keenan is so cool. And he says, listen, brother, I don't know if it's your joke. I said, it is my joke. I did on the goddamn Apollo. Mm-hmm. He goes, I've seen him work there. I said, I don't give a fuck what you've seen. That's my motherfucking joke. And I'm going to slap the shit out of him. Some more Wayans came.
Some Wayans you didn't even know about.
I was like,
Frank Wayans.
And Keaton was like, look, brother, just you have to be more diplomatic like that. These things happen. Great minds think alike. He basically talked me down because I was looking for him. I was like, "Where's money?" And we laugh about it now, but yeah, it was yeah, we laugh about it now, and I look up to them. You know what I'm saying? I remember first question I asked Robert Townsend I said, if I whooped his ass, would I get barred or something like that? I remember telling Charlie Murphy, and he goes, I would whip their ass, man. I would fuck him up just for GP, man.
I've never heard you do Charlie Murphy before. That's dead on, because I've interviewed Charlie before.
Oh, man.
Man, rest
Charlie,
in peace. That was a great guy.
We would sit on the phone, talk shit off.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man, my God. Moving and grooving, that was his nickname.
Well, the final thing that Katt said, if you're an actor, you're trying to create a character. You can't be like Faizon and take your shirt off in every movie.
Oh, you mean I can't play a pimp in every movie? I can't play a pimp?
In every movie?
In every movie?
I mean, he said...
He's stupid, number one. He doesn't know what acting is, number one. There's a couple reasons why I do that, because fat people get body shamed all the time. And that's one of my things is I don't care that I don't have a six-pack. I'm going to act like I have a six-pack. And that's what makes it funny.
Right.
And
well, I didn't see you with your shirt off until Money Talks. That was the first time. The jail scene.
That was me and Chris improvising.
So the script didn't have you take your shirt off?
The script, hell no. All that shit was made up. We kept laughing halfway through the take and fucking the takes up. Then one take...
I can totally picture this too.
One take we got right, and Brett Ratner is laughing. I'm like, he fucked the take up. I'm like, motherfucker, we finally get this. We had to go to lunch and come back. But no, all that shit is... All that, don't wear a dress. Are you the Illuminati gonna get you and they don't bring you in the club? So you telling me there's people in Hollywood who sucking dick and are in the club?
The dick sucking club.
Right. I think they came there to suck some dick.
That was their intention to begin.
I'm coming to act, but if I can suck some dick here.
That's like a free bonus, actually.
I love being on the beach. Before you saw that, then you saw Rick Ross taking off his shirt. You see what I'm saying? Then you see Lizzie, what's her name? The singer? Lizzo.
Wearing a thong.
Fuck it.
So you're the trendsetter for this.
Yes, definitely.
I'll give you that.
Definitely.
Well,
he doesn't know fucking acting.
Well, Shannon tried to talk on your behalf, said, hey, let Big Worm live, stall him out. Katt was like, you have an unnatural allegiance to losers. And then Shannon's like, you have to give him props for playing Big Worm on Friday. And Katt said, if what you're saying is correct, why wasn't he in next Friday or Friday after next? He wasn't that good. Now, I'm going to say, Katt, you're bugging, because Big Worm was one of the absolute standout characters in Friday. Nobody's going to deny that. Nobody's going to say that Big Worm was a character you could have thrown out and it would have been just as good of a movie. You're bugging. Every year on Halloween, you got thousands of Big Worms all over the world, okay? Cut it out.
Let me ask you this. Why was he in the first one?
Well, was he was only one of them, right? He wasn't in the third. Was he in the third?
He
or
was
the second?
in the last one.
The last one. Okay, so he wasn't the first or the second. Well, okay. Just to address what he's saying, why weren't you in the next two Fridays?
They wanted to pay me the same they did the first Friday.
Okay, there you go.
I was like, I've moved on, guys.
Well, I remember I interviewed John Witherspoon, and he said he got a huge check for the next Friday movie, like $500,000 or $1 million or something like that.
I think the next one he got $500,000.
Yeah, the one after that
he got $1 million.
So considering how central of a character you were, I would almost say that you're as important of a character in the first one as Witherspoon. I understand he's the father, he's in the house, but you were the main villain of the movie.
Listen, and this is the Monique part. This is their vehicle. I'm an actor in it. They don't want to put me in it. They don't want to put me in it. Ice Cube doesn't see, and Ice Cube was the first. Hey, you gonna be in the second one? It was the second script was originally, we was all supposed to go to a talk show. Talk shows were big at the, like Ricky Lake and all that shit. We was on.
Oh, you were Big Worm was supposed to talk it out with Craig.
Some shit. I don't know.
Okay.
I remember going to the studio and rapping and saying something on one of his tracks. He's like, "You gonna be on the second?" And I was like, "Yeah." But I didn't know the checks was going backwards to the first. I was like, no, that doesn't make, the first one makes sense.
Yeah. It was an indie project. Everyone, and John Witherspoon, really, I mean, I interviewed a bunch of people from there.
Yeah.
Like, what was the name? The crackhead girl.
Angela Means.
Angela Means. Sorry, Angela, you played a crackhead. It is what it is.
Angela,
I'm not saying you're a real crackhead. In the movie, you're a crackhead. She even said, yeah, she didn't get very much. Witherspoon didn't get very much. It is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is. You move on.
Right.
So when they come with the second offer, and I was like, well, maybe they don't value me the same as whatever. So I'm like, okay, cool. You don't sit there and start suing them and going, well, you know damn well, you just move on.
Right. And I want to say, as a Friday super fan, the second one, the villain was what? The Mexican dude?
No, I think it was Pinky.
Pinky, okay. The Mexican dude was the third one?
The
neighbor, the Mexican neighbor.
I think so.
Yeah, okay,
Joker?
so Pinky. Joker, yeah, there you go. Oh, so Pinky was the second one.
I think he was in the second and third.
Okay. I'm going to say that,
second and third.
Pinky was not as memorable of a character as Big Worm. I'm just going to put that out there and shout out.
He was funny.
He was funny. I'm not going to take it, but
I
just don't think he was Big Worm funny.
I mean, and I'm going to tell you what's funny is I just distinctly didn't play the character as funny, but played it as real. There's a character, a guy by the name of Turtle in Compton. Turtle was lowrider, and I met him trying to buy some True Classics, but I kind of framed it around him. I will, so I didn't want to frame it like jokey. Mm-hmm. But if you say something real to a motherfucker that's real, and he it's gonna come off like that. Not 10-on-1, not 10-on-2, nigga. I want my money. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So all that principality shit was made up. Playing my money is like playing my emotions. Was me and Chris driving to the set every day, listening to Peabo Bryson.
Oh, okay.
I was like, oh, that's tight. I'm gonna put that in there. So when he says that, it's just some, like I say, Katt loves me. To have that on his mind, I wasn't as good. Look how many people dress up as a Big Worm, and look how many people get tattoos on their face and on their titty as a Big Worm.
How many people dress up like Money Mike on Halloween?
Yeah, that's his guy. I don't even know his goddamn.
I've never seen anybody. Just to keep it 100. Like I said, I like Katt. I've interviewed Katt, but we got to keep it 100.
Yeah.
And in response to what Katt said, why weren't you in next Friday and Friday after next? But you were in Players Club.
Listen.
So clearly, Ice Cube does value you.
Listen. He wasn't in the first one.
Right. Did you get paid better for Players Club than for Friday?
I did, but I did.
Still a little low, though, right?
Oh, no. Listen. me and Charlie out there, right? Cube stops shooting and goes to a premiere. He leaves the set while we're shooting. So we were sitting around just, yo, this nigga went, man. We've been out here for hours. Or we just have lunch. Terrence Howard is trying to cut AJ's throat in the car for real. It was like, when I say they don't make movies the way they used to, we were bad kids on the set.
What was it like to do a movie with Bernie Mac?
Oh my God. We had so much fun. I mean, you black motherfucker, Peterson. Oh, my name was Peterson in the movie. You black motherfucker. Oh my God. Oh my God. Because I'm keeping a straight face and he is going off. When they put him in the truck and we opened the truck, Bernie Mac was brilliant. Was brilliant. And you know, he used to always tell me, Faizon, the world don't owe you, you owe the world.
It's a good saying.
Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah.
He's a good brother, trust me.
Yeah.
He's a good brother.
Right. And people forget that Jamie Foxx had a minor role in that movie also as the DJ.
He was the DJ.
He was the DJ. Very minor role though overall.
Yes.
If you look at the whole cast.
But he was the love interest of the girl.
Sort of, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I guess you could say that.
I mean, it was
sort of like a wannabe kind of.
This back then, movies were about selling the goddamn soundtrack.
Right.
That's all it was.
Yep.
The movie was done for $4 or $5 million, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
The soundtrack was done for $8 million.
Yeah.
But the soundtrack would sell a bunch.
Right, because Ice Cube had that "You Can Do It, Put Your Back Into It."
There was a bunch of songs on there.
Yeah.
There's a bunch. I'm a hoe. Every movie back then had a great soundtrack.
True.
But they was pushing that soundtrack.
Right. People buying albums back then, so the money was a lot different.
Yeah, well, yes. The soundtrack. I think the soundtrack coming back.
Probably.
I mean,
yeah.
It's
well, you responded. You made a video. You gave Katt Williams a new name. Remember what that was?
Chimp Williams.
Why that name?
Chimp? Because he's calling everybody ugly, but he don't know he looks like a chimp. He sat there in front of Shay Shay and described the ugly black man, and he was describing Shay Shay.
You talking about Jonathan Majors?
Yeah, this big black nose and big wide. I'm like, that's him too. What are you doing? And Shay Shay didn't say anything. Shay Shay, I'll kill. I'm like, what is this lunacy? This is lunacy. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, why is he? The whole thing, like I said, the worst Black History Month ever.
Well, you brought out a couple points about his interview. This is something that Katt had been saying for a while. He was talking about being in the back of a tractor trailer to Florida with a stranger.
He rode there.
He rode there for free as a stranger. And you pointed out that people don't ride for free.
No, it's ass, grass. It's grass, ass, or gas. Nobody rides for free. Mm-hmm. That was the model. Yeah. So what was he giving up?
Well, he was broke, so it wasn't gas.
What was he giving up? There's a song called Humping by the Gap Band.
There you go. He also, and this is true, because let me tell you, in high school, the job I had all through high school was I worked for car stereo companies.
Yes.
I worked for the Tape Deck in Redwood City. I worked for Monet's. I worked for Burlingham Car Audio. Like, I was a car stereo guy.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm speaking from an expertise right now.
Yes.
I had the whole system in my mini truck, the whole thing, right?
Yes. You had the box,
the box, the 12s in the back,
yes.
the whole nine, right?
Yes.
And he said, that you pointed out, is that he used to sell stolen radios for $2,000. Back in what, the 80s or something?
I'm like, what? No. Alpine with the square knobs.
Yeah, new radios were like maybe about 400.
Yes.
New,
Alpine,
brand new,
with the square face and the square green knobs.
From you go to Sears and buy a new radio, it'll cost you $400. Now explain to me how a stolen one will cost $2,000.
A broken raggedy radio that's snatched
with
out.
the wires hanging out the back.
Yes.
$2,000.
That's what I'm saying. Is like, why put this in these kids' heads? He's putting that in kids' heads.
Right, 3,000 books.
He's got to read
insane.
3,000 books and get on a tractor trailer and give up some ass to go to Florida to steal radio. That's what these. I'm not gonna make it till I give up that ass and go to Florida. Jay Reed's like, I'm like, what? No. They said to be a great comedian like the great Katt Williams, I've got to give up some ass, get on a tractor trailer, steal some radios, and go get beat up by a kid in the parking lot.
It's like Harvey Weinstein's dick at the end.
Right. And top it off by sucking Harvey Weinstein's dick.
He claimed that Harvey said that in front of everybody. I have yet to hear anyone corroborate the story.
Listen to me. I've been here in this business probably 35 years. I've met everybody. Mm-hmm. I've never been offered to go to Harvey Weinstein's room and get my dick sucked.
Or suck his dick.
I think they know that ain't gonna happen. I think maybe I should suck his dick. I think they know. It's all. Is it something? Is this really what they say when they say mental illness?
Or you could look at it another way.
Okay.
So I know YouTube. I know YouTube money.
Yeah.
And I can tell you that the amount of money that Club Shay Shay made off that interview is probably around what Katt gets for one show. So I thought it was just chess.
Mm.
He's on a tour right now.
Yes. Yes.
He's trying to sell tickets.
Yes. Yeah.
Let me go ahead and just make up a bunch of stuff and diss everybody, and I'm going to sell way more tickets. Let Shannon keep this YouTube money, but I'm going to make way more than this. That's what I think. From my point of view, and it worked.
I get it.
And it worked.
I get it.
Here we are talking about it, promoting it even further.
What's you, Jay Reed, said, he sees me as a worthy adversary. I was like, but right now I want to slap. I get it. But okay, now I'm gonna do a special. So maybe that's what he was doing the whole time.
Well, I had Michael Blackson on my show recently, and he basically said that Katt lied about everything except for Steve Harvey's wig.
I agree. But why even call him out on that? It's like, you see the man is struggling right there. He has a wig on. He ain't the only one.
Yeah. A lot of man wigs out there.
I don't get it.
Yeah.
And Blackson is right.
Right. He also responded to the fake African accent. And let me tell you, not only have I interviewed with, Michael Blackson multiple times, but we would hang out before and after the interview and we would talk.
His accent would never drop.
What's that?
His accent would, damn, I'm glad. What's up? Damn, what are we going to eat? His accent never dropped.
Listen, he obviously plays up his accent for his stand-up and stuff like that, but he's not American. He was born in Africa.
Yeah.
And he came over as like a teenager.
Yeah.
So he has an accent. Yeah. It just is what it is. Does he play it up a little bit now? I had Donnell Rawlings on my show recently.
Who's special, funny.
Yeah, he just did his thing. He claims that when Michael Blackson goes to the bank, the accent goes away. We got a whole argument about that. Because he was like, because there was a bunch of, Michael Blackson has a fake African accent. I told him to build that school. Like, he was like,
But Michael
all
Blackson
this
does
is...
have a fake African accent.
No, he does not.
What?
I just interviewed him. And I hung out with him afterwards. He may accentuate it maybe in certain skits.
You know what you want to hear is?
So you're saying he's from Africa. He just became a U.S. citizen.
Mike, and no disrespect, man, fuck that. I'm just saying this. Mike, you know why you never seen him without his African accent? Because you never talked to him about money.
What?
Talk to him about his money. I seen him go back to his motherfucking Philly voice. Motherfucker don't get right with his money. He not gonna be like, where's my money, motherfucker? He gonna be like, yo, nigga, where the fuck is my money? Oh, man. Okay, I'm just gonna leave that one alone, son.
But Michael definitely has an accent.
I mean, it's listen, part of what we do is a magic show.
Right.
And if you give away if we were magicians and Katt says, Faizon keeps his shit right here, and then when he pulls a rabbit out, it's really not a rabbit, it's a mirror. What the fuck are you doing? It's a trade secret. You know what I'm saying? So, but why? Could you think we can't touch you? I mean, his number one gift is spinning shit. He can spin anything. The time he pulled a gun out on me, then he said, I called the police. I don't have to call the police on you. Number one, if you call the police on somebody, you gotta sit there and make a report.
Right. No reports on you.
No.
Right.
No. We just went in the club and that was the best thing to do because I would have had a murder case. Just think about that. This idiot draws me into a murder case because he's pulling guns. But he chose to do that in Hollywood. Not south of Pico. Not Watts.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Because he can get away with that there. So it's almost like we need an intervention with him. If y'all really love him, hey, it's time to sit down. But you're right. He's selling tickets.
And it's working. Chappelle got on stage and said, why didn't Katt diss any white comedians? He only stuck to black comedians. So I had this great idea that I'm going to bring in a white comedian to diss all the other white comedians.
They're not going to be like,
there's Bert Kreischer, Gary Owen.
Hilarious.
I'm trying to think who else is there. I need a prominent white comedian to diss
Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan, there we go. He's still a comedian. Okay.
He can whoop ass. Joe
Rogan. Yeah, go ahead. He'll fucking UFC you up. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Come get some. That's what I want to do. I want to bring in a prominent white comedian to diss every other white comedian.
They don't do it.
Jerry Seinfeld. Imagine if he dissed everybody.
He would never do it. Because you know why? He loves the crafts, and Seinfeld gonna look at you on stage and point out, hey man, that was a great joke. He's gonna compliment you and give you some, hey man, oh well, that's it's a different world. I don't even think they even work with Seinfeld. I worked with Seinfeld back in New York.
Oh really?
Yeah, we opened the club. The West. What is the West on 72nd Street? Jesus, what is that club?
Still around?
Yes. Yeah, we opened that together.
Comedy Cellar?
No. This West. It's on the West Side, 72nd. The fuck is that comedy club? Stand Up New York.
Okay.
Stand Up New York.
Stand Up NY. Yeah.
Yes.
Upper West Side.
In 86.
In
86. I used to do Dangerfields. He would do the late night, like 1:30, and I'd do 1 a.m. spot. So these guys have been around. They know what it is. Chris Rock is always, oh man, you should, Chris Rock was the first one told me, man, fuck that acting. Get on that stage. Stay on the stage, Faizon. You're being lazy. But that's how it was. You look, it was a camaraderie. Now it's like this fake rap shit.
Yeah, I mean, Earthquake, who Katt said was illiterate. I've exchanged texts with Earthquake before.
Listen to him.
I doubt that he had someone read the text to him and
He
type it
used
back
to
out.
deliver bombs or load bombs on planes.
Right, nuclear weapons.
Yes.
Yeah, when he worked for the military.
Yeah.
I don't think they let a illiterate person do that.
He had the second black comedy club in America. Uptown.
Right, I remember that. Yeah. I feel you.
So that's what I'm saying. All these, and I like the way he handled it. He said, I'll see him when I see him.
Yeah, he said, we're not rappers. We don't rap beef.
Yeah, we don't do this shit.
Yeah. Mike Epps called Shannon Sharpe zesty. And then Shannon said, well, I'm going to see you in person. And Mike Epps said, well, you're going to come to Indiana, my hometown. I don't do much fighting these days. I do
You don't want to.
blank
Yeah, you don't want to see Mike on that. They love him there.
on his home turf.
Listen.
And I'm going to tell you, and then shortly afterwards, they took a picture together, worked it all out. I'm going to tell you, I felt Shannon Sharpe was legitimately scared.
Yeah.
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 Mm-hmm.
Ain't nobody running. Listen to me. These kids today are not playing games. It's almost it's a state of emergency. The guns are too easy to access.
Mm-hmm.
They give nothing about your life.
Yeah.
So Shannon and Mike Epps is solid, and not just his hood, every hood. They love Mike. He's that uncle. He's almost like me. He's the uncle, man. That's people would think they know me. Oh, that's Faizon. What's up, man? I'm sitting down eating. Somebody come sit down and eat. What's up, man?
Give me a drumstick.
Oh man, I just was watching you. I was watching you on Vlad, man. And you know what you gonna do? You out in public. You
gotta be nice.
Yeah. You can't do all that. I'm eating right now.
No, you gotta be nice. And like when you're having dinner and the waiter or something recognizes, he's like, oh, well, I guess I gotta give a big tip now. So much for that 15%.
This business saved me.
Yeah, me too.
You see what I'm saying?
Hey.
So we see it from a different view as these cats and all this, they're from a different tier. They didn't come up in our tier.
Well, Monique then did Club Shay Shay.
Mm-hmm.
She went and talked trash about a bunch of people. My friend D.L. Hughley. She said what she said.
Up.
Yeah.
He ate her ass.
Yeah.
Somebody said, T.O. so mean. No, he ain't. She need that shit.
Right.
She needed that shit.
After the interview, well, okay, a couple things during the interview. She called Kevin Hart a gatekeeper and said that, they had a deal in the works and suddenly they stopped returning phone calls.
Deal. Listen, and that's what I'm saying by that. These new motherfuckers have, and I'm calling her new too, shit, fuck it. They have this entitlement. She said out of her mouth, Kevin loaned her money when they was down.
Yeah.
They couldn't afford water. That's enough.
Right. When I interviewed her, and we'll talk about that in a second, they were like $500,000 in debt to the IRS. That's way after the Oscar and the TV shows and everything else like that. Let me just point that out. Poor money management.
If I go to Vlad and say, Vlad, man, I'm fucked up right now, and you give me $2 million without saying anything, get it back how you get it back.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. Then I said, hey, can you produce a show? Motherfucker, now you want me to go work for you? But that's some pimping shit.
Right. Plus, it's like if someone helps you out when you're down, you shouldn't be able to talk bad about that person ever for the rest of your life. Especially when they just give it to you. You know, like, for example, like me and Lunel talked about this on my show during the pandemic, and I never said anything until Lunel said something. Mm. You know, she was going through it because she couldn't do stand-up and stuff like that. Mm. I helped her out financially.
Right.
I never said nothing. Years later, she made a list of all the people that helped her during that time, and I was on that list. So we talked about it in our last interview. But, like, my mind would be blown if one day Lunel started talking shit about me.
Fuck Vlad. But that's what
my mind would be blown. Because it's like, I just gave it to her, and you're like, yo, that's it. We're good. Go ahead. You know, you're fucked up. I'm okay right now. Yo, it's cool. You've been there for me. We have a relationship. Take it. Never have you heard Lunel say a bad word about me on any capacity. And she's done other interviews where people try to bring me up and try to, like, no, I fuck with Vlad. That's my man. Oh, yeah. Well, at one point, her son, because I guess she had mentioned her son, and her son responded, and then she got on stage and said, fuck that N-word. About her own son. That shit blew my mind.
You can never say that about your kids.
Yeah.
You say that about your baby mama. You can never say that about your kids.
Right. No matter what they say about you.
They are a part of you.
Yes.
You can't.
Yeah, that was putrid in my eyes.
Listen
Putrid. And I'm never going to talk about anyone's family or kids or whatever else. But that right there was just like, yo, come on. Like, you actually have a platform and a stage, and this is what you tell an audience?
Because she has nothing to say.
Well, you said that you saw her special, which I haven't seen, by the way, and you said it was the worst.
It's two specials that are the worst. There's Kountry Kevin,
Kountry Wayne,
and Monique.
Okay.
To fight for all this shit, and they won't give me this, and
she had to sue them. She didn't have to sue them. She chose to sue them because they gave her a lower offer than she felt she deserved.
And
that's insane to me. That's insane to me. Because listen, we pay for interviews sometimes and so forth, and like, we give people offers that they don't like.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
I can't imagine getting sued for a low offer. That's insane. Like,
imagine going to McDonald's. You need a job. They say no, and you sue them.
Oh no, but they offer you minimum wage, and you sue them for offering you minimum wage.
It's the same thing.
Same thing. Well, have you ever heard about my story when dealing with Monique and her husband?
No, Daddy.
Let me tell it. Because I have told myself I'm going to keep telling this story until I make my money back.
Hilarious.
So we had an interview with Monique a few years ago. Mm-hmm. She came in with her husband to do the interview.
Daddy?
The entire time. Yeah, with Daddy.
Is that nigga's name?
I guess, yeah, according to her. The whole time they were holding each other the entire interview. I've never seen this before.
What do you mean?
Like, they were just clutched up on each other, hugged up I'm talking about for like an hour and a half. This had to be some sort of Guinness Book of World Record right here, like, to do an interview holding. But to be fair, it was a great interview. But before the interview started, I gave him the release form, mm-hmm. and her husband was like, I just want my lawyer to look through it, but we good, don't worry about it. This is just a technicality. It's all good. I generally don't do interviews when that happens, but he was assuring me that it's not a big deal, and he got me. Let's just go forward with it, and he'll take care of it very quickly.
Right.
Cool. We do the interview. It was a great interview. We talked about the whole story, her growing up, how, being, sexually abused by her brother and whatever else. I even brought up the gay rumors about her husband. They kind of laughed it off and everything else like that. But it was actually what I feel was her best interview ever.
Right.
Because it really got to tell the story of her. Interview's done. Okay, can you send back the release form? We're waiting. A couple of weeks pass.
Mm-hmm.
Her lawyer hits me back with her husband on CC. And they said, well, here's the release form, but we've modified it. we're going to own the footage and we'll let you use it for a year. I'm like, have you lost your fucking mind right now? We're going to own the footage? Imagine if you did Friday and you don't sign the form, and before it's over, you say, okay, in order for me to sign this movie that's already done and filmed, I want to own the movie, and I'll let Ice Cube use it for a little while.
Cube, we got two things you can do. You can give me the movie with a percentage, or you can go fuck yourself.
Right. And what I said was, that's interesting because you didn't do this to Breakfast Club or Sway or all these other interview platforms you did it on. I checked. I called some of these people.
You know what
Why are you doing this to me and not to everyone else? No comment.
You know why?
Why?
Because it's an idiot talking for the talent.
Right. Right.
You know what? We gonna own this shit. Shut the fuck. What
Right.
the fuck do you do?
So my lawyer said, you know something, look, let's just put it out and see what happens. We put it out, they sent us a fucking cease and desist. So we're like, okay, fuck this interview, right? So I said what I said about him. I called him a bitch and some other shit in some of my interviews.
Mhm.
Some time passed, and I'm like, man, I really just want to put out this interview because it's actually a good interview. So maybe let me just approach him on a business level. So I said, look, I emailed him, and I said, look, I'm sorry for calling you a bitch.
Bigger than me.
Let's work something out. Let's work out a dollar amount where it makes sense for everybody, and let's put this out because I think this is a great piece. And the reason I called you a bitch was because what you pulled with me, you didn't pull with any of these other platforms. She does not own the Club Shay Shay interview. I can guarantee you that.
No.
And I bet you she signed the release form right then and there because that's why it came out. He gave me a long list of demands of what I need to do in order for him to accept my apology. I said, fuck this shit. Fuck him. He is a bitch. I'm going to say this with every comedian I interview. But what I realized was that I think my mistake was that I thought I was talking to a man. But instead I'm talking to a wannabe pimp who makes all his money off a woman.
No, that's a pimp and hoe.
It's a pimp and hoe relationship.
The hoe always gonna call the pimp
daddy.
Daddy.
Exactly. If I was talking to a real man, which he is not, we would have worked it out like real men. But this is someone who hasn't done shit. And his whole fucking life is built off his woman hitting that track and telling them jokes and bringing the money back to daddy.
All he did is put a wig on a pig, you know what I'm saying?
That's such a pimp term right there. Put a wig on a pig.
Put a wig on a pig, you know what I'm saying? 10 toes down, bitch, don't
10 toes
frown.
down. There you go. There you go.
Sure.
So, hey, man, so
She want to choose a real pimp, bitch. I'll have you working.
So fuck him straight up and down. I know you're going to see this. I'm going to fucking email it to him also because that was some real hoe shit because we lost money and time doing this fucking interview that never came out. So I'm going to make my money back talking about his punk ass.
Hey, it's America.
Hey, it is what it is.
It's America.
Country Wayne, who you like to call Country Kevin.
Who?
Country Wayne.
Who?
You know what I'm talking about. He went on Club Shay Shay.
Mm-hmm.
And your name came up. He said if he had your career, he would cry.
Yeah, he would cry. Because he was like, damn, this is a career. You can't be in something for 4 years to be a career. You don't even have enough years to be a career. You don't have enough. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's all this delusional shit. Like to say, if I had your career, I would cry. You obviously haven't had a career. And I don't believe nothing you fucking say.
He said that you have hate in your heart.
I have hate I can't. See, the problem is these kids don't understand that we're older than them and we've really been doing this. We don't have to make up shit. I don't have to tell you I bought this, I bought that. When I know you, you're gonna find out. Oh yeah, he collects cars. Oh wow.
Yeah.
You're gonna find out.
Yeah, I'm at your house right now.
Yeah. So I don't have to go, yeah, have you ever heard Denzel Washington tell you how much money he made?
No.
Have you ever heard Steven Spielberg
No.
What kind of car does Steven Spielberg drive?
Who knows? Whatever car he wants to drive.
That's exactly what it is.
Whatever car he feels like driving that day, whether he owns it or not.
Exactly.
Right.
Only person you ever really heard that was Jay Leno, but he's a car fanatic like me.
And Birdman.
Yeah. But Jay Leno is really, he's got a city full of cars.
He does. Yeah.
Like, and he drives them all every day.
Seinfeld too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He built a building.
Yes, just for his cars.
For his Porsches. Who spends $8 million on a building just for his cars?
Mm-hmm.
But did he tell the world that?
No.
He just continued because it has nothing to do with what we do.
Yeah. Well, Kountry Wayne said that you guys talked on the phone
Mm-hmm.
and you said it was all good, but you kept talking about him afterwards.
No.
No?
We talked on the phone and he kept saying, I'm a real nigga. Okay. I don't know what that means. I'm a real nigga. Okay. What does that mean? I said, your numbers, he said, hey man, maybe we could do a sketch. I said, no, we're cool. I don't hate you. They got it coming from hate. Like that's one of the things about the internet. These kids are so underdeveloped with the business. They don't know anything about the business. They think they do, but they think because I have an opinion of what you do, I'm hating.
Well, okay, so let's clear this up because I feel like a lot of people, when people say hate, what it really means is jealousy, right? Shout out to the Bay Area. We created that term.
Mm-hmm.
Player hate, right?
That's a pimp term.
It's a pimp term. It's a Bay Area pimp term, to
Yeah.
be specific. So can you name some young comedians that you think are exceptional?
Oh my God. Ralph Barboza,
Okay.
Black Ron,
Okay.
Derek, what's Derek's last name? Derek Keener,
Okay.
Fluffy,
He's not that young, but
but he's selling out the fucking Dodgers
he
Stadium.
is, yes.
I admire him. I
Yes.
can learn from him.
Right.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Russell Peters?
He's not, he's like,
Oh, you saying young.
younger, yeah.
But there's a lot of them that are funny.
Yeah. Desi Banks, I think, is funny.
I don't get it.
It's a different kind of humor.
That's what I'm saying. I don't get it.
Well, you know what it is? Like some of the humor, some of these stand-up comedians, they start out doing sketches and they transition to stand-up.
But
Like
those
Ha Davis and stuff like that.
But the problem is those are not sketches. If they would really learn what a sketch has an opening, a middle, and an end.
Mm.
They don't just go up and say, hey, smoking this. Bye-bye. The fuck was that? I don't get it.
Right. Well, listen, man, from my point of view, comedy, there's no definition of comedy, right? People are always stretching. People are always stretching the definition of comedy. There's, different platforms arise, and
Let me
funny is funny.
Let me explain something to you.
Okay.
Funny is funny to you,
Yeah.
But-
I'm not a professional comedian, though.
but you like what you like.
I like what I like.
But when you do this, really, there's a formula to it, and there's a foundation. Anybody thinks they can drive a plane till they sit in the cockpit.
A little harder than it looks.
It's the same thing.
Yeah, fair enough.
Everything it's math to it.
Yeah.
It's timing to it. It's all variations to it.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing with comedy. It don't change because the plane changed. Oh, this is it's a jet. The same shit applies here, but it's just going faster.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying it's like just because we're on the internet don't mean you don't have to apply the same shit. That worked for you, but everybody not fucking with it.
Yeah. I mean, listen, some people can transition from doing internet skits to stand-up. Other people can't. It's a different skill. To get up, I understand, like, what I do is behind the camera, it's controlled, we cut it up, we put it out a certain type of way. I know it's very different than getting on a stage and having a whole bunch of people stare at you and having to do it in real time. I get it. You know what I'm saying? Stand-up comedy to me has always seemed very difficult, which is why I never even thought about trying it.
It's difficult if you don't do the foundation.
Right.
A stand-up can do all that shit, the things you're doing, and just like that. But it can't go backwards. One of those guys can't come do what we do.
Right. Because, like, for example, Eddie Murphy, when he started doing stand-up, things just went very quickly. He went from doing a few stand-up shows to getting on SNL to doing movies.
It didn't go as quickly as you think, but he was doing it at 16.
Exactly. He got on SNL at like 18 or 17, right?
But that's still, he was going to the clubs at 16.
You were going to the stand-up at what, 15?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I had to learn all of it. I didn't just say, and everybody says they're great now because they have a Rolex watch and a coat and all that shit. Like, are you crazy? They don't even know half the comedians. They don't know Robin Harris. They don't know Lenny Bruce. It sounds old. Yeah, but that's part of the founding fathers. That's why people said, who's my what is that called?
Mount Rushmore?
Mount Rushmore. You can't have a Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
You would have to go way back and just like, okay, it's too many Mel Brooks.
Yeah, I remember Ari Spears. He said he has a Mount Rushmore than a Mount Olympus.
Right.
You know what I mean? Where it's like, okay, this is where the George Carlins and the Richard Pryors, the Mount Olympus. You know what I mean? Who may not be around anymore, but they're on a different level. They don't need to be on Rushmore. Yeah.
I can say one line from Richard Pryor, the whole room will go, fuck them shit.
Yeah.
They can't do that to nobody you mentioned.
Well, Diddy has a new lawsuit, this time from a man.
My buddy right here, Jay Reed, did he do something to you? They was real tight.
They were tight?
I've been around Diddy several times, man.
Yeah?
We got almost got in a fight.
With Diddy?
With everybody in this crew, with Paulie, Big Paulie.
Yeah, I know Paulie. I know who he is. I don't know personally.
Yeah, so we were shooting a movie.
Was Wolf there too?
Wolf wasn't. Wolf was there.
Okay.
Wolf was there. Wolf was alive.
That was a scary person in that crew, by the way.
I know guys like trouble. I don't know.
Well, I'm just saying, you know how Wolf died, right?
Yeah.
Getting to a shootout with BMF.
Yeah.
Anyone crazy enough to do that, I'm just saying, is a scary person in the crew.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like, it just, scary runs into scary. The BMF, they weren't even, they was against shooting.
Yeah, they were trying to talk him out of it.
Yeah, but some people don't understand, like, there's another bad motherfucker that don't have to do all that raising, and that's what the problem was with
Diddy.
When we ran into him, he didn't know I had ties in New York City. So Paulie was doing his thing, and I said, listen, brother, I pulled him to the side. We could go around this corner, just me and you, and then all this shit. Nobody got to know. I don't want to fuck up my money on this set, but just you and me.
But what did Paulie say? Never tell you my Diddy story?
Like, no.
I think I may have told the story for the first time on Drink
Champs.
Champs. That's about to come out. Because it's not out right now. I was in the club in New York, and there was this clothing company named Stahl and Dean.
Mm-hmm.
They used to do those throwbacks with like Negro League baseball teams, football teams, and like teams that weren't around anymore, and really just very unique kind of pieces. My man Rikers used to always, he was a big fan of my mixtapes, so he used to just always give me free clothes.
Right.
And back then I was a broke mixtape DJ, so I'd just be wearing free clothes everywhere, right? You know how it goes.
Remember Echo and all that?
Yeah, all that shit, right? But Echo wasn't showing me love like Stalin did, right?
Yeah.
So he gave me this jacket with a matching beanie of this Negro League football team called the Brown Bombers.
Yep.
Right, remember them?
Yep.
It was a brown, jacket with a yellow logo on the back.
I think the Brown Bombers was from Bill Cosby's cartoon.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah. Am I right? Brown Hornet, my bad.
Brown Bombers.
Yeah.
So I'm in this club in New York City, and this guy walks up to me. It was like, hey, man, I work for Diddy. He really likes your jacket. I said, oh, cool, thank you. He wants to buy it off you. I said, I'm good, man. I'm not taking off my damn jacket to sell to another man. What type of weird ass request is that? No, I'm good. Okay, man. Well, just letting you know, you're the flyest dude in here. He wants you to know that. I'm like, all right, man. I'm good. I'm not gonna sell my jacket to Puffy. Like, what type of man goes to another man to buy their clothes off of him?
Now that's a funny sketch.
Yeah.
You closing your door at home. I really want that jacket.
He's under your bed.
Yeah. I really want that jacket. You take a shower. I mean, I really want. He gets in the shower with you butt naked. I mean, you don't understand how I really. That's a sketch. I want your jacket.
You can run with that. That's yours. You can have it. That's all you. Columbus Short, the actor, recently did an interview where he said that Diddy called him and asked him to come to his hotel room at 2 a.m. He said, who's over there right now? No, it's just me. And he said his wife was looking at him crazy and everything else like that. I don't necessarily see a problem with that. You know what I'm saying? If a mogul calls me to want to have a business meeting with me at 2 a.m. in his room, so what? I would do it.
I mean, we're men.
Yeah.
It better be some money out the deal.
Right.
Because if I get up at 2 a.m., I go over there and he says, I really like your jacket.
Make sure you wear your jacket when you come over.
Bring that special jacket. We gonna move some furniture. Where's your jacket? Then we were so wild, man. You know how it was.
Yeah,
you know,
I can imagine if you're a woman and a man asks you to come to her hotel room at 2 a.m. and you know you're a little unsure about, but if it's a man asking another man,
like I say,
I would do it. I wouldn't see a problem with it.
It better be some business. It better be some money.
Okay.
When I walk out there, it'd be like, oh man.
What's he gonna do? Hold me down and rape me in the room? Like
where's the jacket? Where's the jacket? And where's Trace Sauce?
Well, but you know what's crazy? There's a new lawsuit accusing Diddy of sexual assault, whatever, from a man, and in the paperwork, it's implied that Meek Mill and Usher were somehow involved in this whole situation.
See, I don't know.
Did you ever see the picture though of Meek Mill and Puffy with matching outfits?
Stop playing. Stop playing. Stop playing, Vlad. Stop playing.
Hold on.
That ain't real.
That's real.
That ain't real.
It's real. There's multiple pictures from the same event.
With the head side like that, we wish we had Vlad's jacket, but
that's not my jacket, by the way. Although the colors are actually somewhat similar. It's kind of like the black and brown kind of.
That is not a real picture, Vlad.
It's a real picture.
I think that's it can't be.
It's a real picture.
If that's the case, I have only experienced nothing but respect from Diddy. I've never had a weird moment or it's just like so I see how people sue people because it's so easy.
Yeah.
All they got to do is say those key words. Diddy offered me coke at 4 a.m. by the pool.
Mm-hmm. I'm suing. Yeah.
And you know what's fucked up is these people can sue, and you can't when they lose because all it is a extortion.
Yeah, man. Listen, I've been sued and I've settled with people, and
that's the problem.
Not because I was guilty, because it ultimately comes down
to
a dollar amount.
Yes,
it's like okay,
that's what they know.
Yes, look, okay, they're suing me for $10 million.
Right.
Okay, so I've already spent $75,000 on legal fees.
Yep.
So I could go to court and spend another $150,000, or I could give them $75,000 and I'm out of it for $150 total, as opposed to $225 or $300 if I go to court
You
and
know what they're
win,
gonna say?
because I can't sue them for my legal fees. And even if I could, they don't have the money to pay me back. So let me just give them the 75 and I'm done, and whatever. But then everyone's gonna still look at me like I'm guilty, but who gives a fuck?
Yes.
But that's what happens. That's what happens.
Yes.
And the problem is that a lot of times these lawsuits are by Jane Does or John Does. So
they want to get that. Once they hit that headline, Diddy sued. You hear what they said? By a male assistant.
Right.
He's fucking him in the ass and getting jackets from other people. That's why I'm like,
oh, maybe he was wearing that jacket while he was doing the fucking. I don't know.
Take that. My special that we were talking about in 2000 was talking about when Diddy was first going to jail. I said, Diddy does not want to go to jail with a name like Puff Daddy. You don't want to be in jail. So I'm Puff Daddy.
Come here, Daddy.
This out. You don't want to go to jail with a name like Puff Daddy. It was something else. It was for the shooting.
The Shine shooting situation?
Yes, it was that time. It was like, you don't want to go to jail with no name like Puff Daddy.
Well, there was another lawsuit. I'm not sure if it was this one or not, but they were claiming that Stevie J, there was pictures of Stevie J doing some gay shit, but then some gay male porn star came forward and said, no, that's actually me in those photos.
See what I'm saying?
It's not Stevie J.
See what I'm saying?
Shout out to Stevie J. I just ran into him on a flight from Miami the other day.
That's what I'm saying.
The problem with these situations, and you talked about this, is there's no penalties for false accusers. They're Jane Does, and when the case gets thrown out, they go on with their life as if nothing had happened.
And that's the problem.
Yeah.
I bet you if they said, if we find out you're lying, you have to spend 40 years in jail.
Right.
That shit will stop.
Well, the way I think it should work. Like I brought this up on Twitter before, and people are like, well, these are powerful people, and if you put your name out, their lives will be ruined. But here's this is how I think the law should work. Right? This is how I think they should work. If you want to publicly sue somebody, then you have to publicly release your name. If you don't want to release your name, then the person you're suing should not have their name released either. It should be private on both sides.
Right.
But they're not going to do that.
No.
Because that will take away the extortion aspect of it.
It's all extortion.
Yes.
It's all extortion.
Yeah. Right. And what people don't always understand is that 99% of these lawsuits, when they sue someone who's rich, there's a lawyer on the other side taking it on contingency.
Yes.
Meaning that the person who's doing the suing has no financial investment in the game, but the person being sued has to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars to defend themselves.
Absolutely.
It's some bullshit.
Absolutely.
It's some bullshit.
Now, if you let that, no, ain't no contingency in this shit, you'll see a drop in that. Oh, no. It'd be only the people that really were hurt. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But anyway, that's nothing but money. Oh, they're gonna settle soon as we drop this off. And they also send you the letter. That's what you're saying. I don't give a fuck.
Suge Knight has a podcast now. You know Suge.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do.
He is raising all hell.
What else he gonna do?
I mean, he made all types of messed up accusations about Akon.
I hear.
Oh, you hear that? Oh, he said Akon messed with underage girls and stuff like that.
Wow.
Which I've never heard, by the way. Akon got like 48 wives.
Does he?
He always got a bad bitch with him when I see him. You know what I'm saying? Like,
shout out to the dark skinned nigga.
yeah, man, that's my man right there.
I like it.
He's basically raising all types of hell from that jail cell.
He's got time.
Said free Keefy D. Said Orlando wasn't the shooter. Yeah.
Oh, I've heard that before too, though.
I've heard that someone I know that was in the car behind Tupac said they saw a big beefy arm stick the gun out the window. And Orlando was skinny.
Well, it definitely wasn't me. I love Pac.
You were the
You
shooter?
look at BB arm, huh? No, it wasn't me. I love Pac.
Yeah.
I listen, that that shit is so treacherous and tricky. It's like I was trying to write a movie about all that shit.
About Suge?
The whole thing.
The killing of Tupac.
Yes. It was like what if? And this was all the Great Escape.
Mm-hmm.
So what if this was all the Great Escape?
Meaning that Pac is still alive, living in your hometown of Cuba.
And this was all part of it.
Okay.
It's like, I never once saw Pac nervous about going back to jail. All this was some elaborate.
Pac was definitely stressed out about court and jail.
No, not when he got out.
When he got out?
When he was with...
Because he was on bail. But I'm saying before he went in.
I'm talking about afterwards to California.
Mm-hmm.
He went immediately to the studio.
Right.
And partied.
Right.
And worked.
Mm-hmm.
And partied. This is how Snoop looked on his case.
Yeah, Snoop had a murder charge. I actually interviewed the bodyguard.
Listen, you talking about Sean?
No, the Snoop's bodyguard, who was Kinley Lee. The one who actually shot the guy.
Okay.
But you're saying someone else was the shooter?
What I'm saying is...
No, we're not putting out these conspiracies.
What I'm saying is...
McKinley actually got on, he talked about shooting him. Like it was self-defense.
At the basketball court.
Was it a basketball court?
Listen.
Well, you're talking about a whole different shooting? Okay, I don't know what's happening right now.
Snoop was nervous every day.
Okay.
He didn't breathe till after they said not guilty.
Mm-hmm.
When Pac came home, it was like, nigga. Do. It was like he's never going back to jail ever.
Although he potentially could have gone back to jail because he was on appeal.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's a lot of shit happening with the appeal.
Right.
There's still phone calls. Hey, nigga, you remember? There's that phone call. You know you gotta, don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
I never seen him nervous. I never seen him. It was like, everybody forgot about it.
I mean, I can't tell you though, because I remember I watched the Dear Mama documentary on Hulu. Did you see it?
Yeah.
And I interviewed one of the Hughes brothers, Alan Hughes, I believe, was the director of that.
Yeah.
And he talked about a situation that I'd never even heard of, but I talked to my man Edie, and he said this was true.
Mm-hmm.
That after, while he was going through the court case for the rape charge, and, he had just gotten shot, he was staying at Jasmine Guy's house in New York.
Mm-hmm.
And, some people came over to his house, and Pac had a rifle, and he had "fuck the world" written on his forehead. And he was basically telling the outlaws to take him out to the forest, and he was going to kill himself. Until, what's the name of his stepdad, who just died recently?
Oh, I can never, yeah. God damn it. Father.
Matula Shakur.
Yeah.
He basically was saying, tell Matula they only got one of us. Basically saying, I'm going to kill myself. I'm not going to prison. He was ready to kill himself.
And
this is before he went to prison.
Oh, this is before he went to prison. Oh, yeah. No, I'm talking about after he was released.
Yeah.
It was no more talk of going to court.
Yeah.
So that's what my movie is based on. The Great Escape.
He was planning to escape.
So, yeah. It was all a dream. But yeah, that's it'd
be an interesting movie. I'd watch it. Yeah.
Especially when I'm writing it.
Well, just yesterday, 2 men were found guilty of killing Jam Master Jay.
That was,
one of which was his godson. who used to take pictures next to Jam Master Jay murals talking about how much he missed him.
Listen,
Fucking you the reason why everyone missing him.
listen. That's so sad because Jason, you ever met Jason?
His son?
No. Jason, Jam Master Jay.
No, I'm talking about, I thought you meant his son.
No. Have you ever met Jam Master Jay?
Never.
One of the nicest motherfuckers you'll ever meet.
Seems like it.
One of the nice. He saw me doing. I was in a village around the corner from where him and Russell had their place, because they lived in the same loft at one point. And I think it was Green Street, somewhere down the village. Well, anyway, he had popped in to a place to get a drink, and I was on stage. And I got off stage and I'm like, oh shit. He's like, oh, what's that, man? Yo, this shit was funny, man. Yo, it's like, yo, it's fucking, I'm probably about 17. And he goes, I'm like, damn, Jam Master Jay. He said, yeah, man, we perform around the corner. He said, oh, you from Cali? I was like, yeah. Got in his car, he played the Run's House. Played Run's House, and then he played the theme song from Die Hard. Which was them, Christmas in College Queens. Went around the corner to where the venue, DMC is laying, sit up in the wall, drinking a 40. I'm like, what?
DMC was alcoholic back then.
I didn't know. He was just cool as ice. Just, what's up, man? I was like, you gonna come in and watch us play? Jay said you funny. I'm like, oh shit. Me and my partner, Mark Overton, we go in there and we tell the story. Because it was mind-blowing back then. Because it's like, this is at the...
Yeah.
And he saw me doing stand-up, thought I was funny. He's like, man, come in. And they came in, and we went to this little place in the village. They rocked this motherfucker. And we kept in touch. So whenever he was, yeah, Jason Marzell, he was one of the nicest motherfuckers. And you know what I loved about him? He would be in L.A. walking by himself.
Yeah, I mean, who had beef with Jam Master Jay?
That's what I'm saying.
Nobody.
That's what I'm saying. By himself.
Yeah, nobody. No, he was loved, but from what came out in the trial was that by this time, right before he passed away, the money was slowing down. Mm-hmm. Onyx, he signed Onyx, but they kind of had their time, and at that point they weren't really coming out with records anymore. He had signed 50 Cent, but he ended up selling that deal when he got signed to a major. Mm-hmm. And he was helping to take care of a bunch of different people. He had a studio.
Everybody for what I was.
Yeah, a lot of people, and the money had slowed down, so he started dabbling in kilos on the side. And from what they say, Southwest Tea from BMF was the supplier. This is what came out in court. And two of the dudes that he did a drug deal with, apparently they felt that he, double-crossed them or whatever, and that's why they killed him. So it sounds crazy, right?
Yeah, because there's only a couple ways to double-cross niggas in cocaine. Is that's either put some pancake in it, or don't pay them money for the work.
Well, I heard that he just cut him out of a deal. Like, it was something like they were supposed to pick up some kilos and they didn't come through. And then some, I don't know. It's a convoluted story. But the whole thing of Jam Master Jay selling drugs sounds crazy to me. Because he's Jam Master Jay. But to be fair, I remember I was explaining this to someone the other day. When you're at your height, you get accustomed to a certain kind of lifestyle. You get accustomed to flying first class. You get accustomed to wearing certain types of clothes, eating certain types of food, taking care of people, and everything else like that. Jam Master Jay was a talent, but he wasn't one of the writers of Run DMC. He wasn't a vocalist. And I don't even think he was a producer, per se.
I think he did. I'm not sure.
I think he did some production, but a lot of the big songs were like Rick Rubin and, Orange Crush.
I never looked at it like that.
Yeah, no, think about it. Just think about it for a second. Let's just take a step back. And I know we all love Jam Master Jay, so we want to, always prop him up, but you got to take a step back. He's not writing the lyrics. Run and DMC are writing the lyrics, so they're getting the songwriting credit. Someone else is producing. He's getting show money,
The show money is...
The show money's nice, but he may not even get a third because he's the DJ.
But I
He
think
could, or
is.
it depends on what happens. It depends on how it gets worked out,
Yeah.
right? He could maybe get 20%. The other two guys get 40 each. You don't know. You don't know.
I would.
You would.
That's sad. That's an even sadder story if it wasn't fully around.
Right, but here's the thing. At that time, Run DMC weren't touring like that.
Yes.
Not like that.
Listen to me. Overseas.
They weren't constantly on tour like that.
In Canada.
He would get DJ bookings on his own and everything else like that. But what I'm saying is,
I hear what you're saying. It's like that.
It wasn't like they were touring before when My Adidas and It's Tricky and Walk This Way. It wasn't Walk This Way touring. So what I'm saying is people get accustomed to a certain kind of lifestyle. Look at Fetty Wap. He's in prison. He was the hottest thing smoking at one point. Now he's in prison for selling drugs. This happens. People get accustomed to a lifestyle, and
I think
it slows down, and they try to supplement.
But that's like what I was saying is, they think because it's been told that that's the way to do it, and they've never really done that before.
Or maybe they've done it and they've gotten away with it, and it just seems like easy money. Could go both ways.
It's not easy. If you ever did that,
I know. Listen, the first and only kilo of cocaine I bought, I got ripped off. You know what I'm saying?
What would you?
I never told you the story?
Fuck no. What would you?
My dumb ass. Let me tell you about my stupid ass. This is the late 90s. No, this is the mid 90s.
And that was, where'd you buy it from?
Okay, so I had a friend who I went to school with who was a former drug dealer.
Mm-hmm.
My dumb ass just saw Deep Cover. The Jewish guy and the black partner and everything else like that. Me and him were hanging out all the time. I was making a bunch of money because my business was booming. I had a tech company. And I'm like, all right, here's 17. Why don't we do a kilo? Here's 17,000. This is my man. I've known him for years. We're hanging out every single day.
He got you.
He got me. He came over with a kilo. Him and his son came over to my apartment, in the Bay. And he started cooking up in my kitchen. He started making, oh, wait, something's wrong here. This ain't what I was used to, something. And then next thing you know, he's like, yeah, it ended up being all fake. And I'm like, all right, so you're going to come up with half the money? Yeah, I got you. Stop fucking paying for the rest of my life. Anyways, yeah, so I got.
Yeah.
I got for 17,000. And I remember, and this is what I feel is the important part.
You got $17,000 worth of pancake.
Yeah, pancakes. Exactly. Pancake mix. Exactly. I'm sure he.
Yeah,
he just had a chance to rip me off.
That?
Yeah. Right.
Almost like one of those stories your boy had.
Well, yeah. I mean, listen, and it was a very interesting moment at that point because I realized that the only thing I could do is kill him or hurt him really badly, and I wasn't built for that, so I had to just let it go.
Let it go.
Right? And it wasn't until decades later when I interviewed Freeway Ricky Ross and I told him this story for the first time ever on camera. Mm-hmm. And he said, well, you do realize that if he didn't rip you off, you probably would have gone to prison. And a light bulb exploded over my head and said, oh shit.
That's one way to look at it.
That is definitely worth 17,000.
That's one.
And over time, I've talked about it so much that I've made that 17,000 back anyways.
Yeah.
You
probably would have made, because you were, what were you, 24 back then?
Yeah, maybe about 26.
Yeah. You were
a kilo of cocaine, that's not a slap on the wrist.
Yeah, I mean, and it was, depending on when you bought it, that's when I was like, that doesn't sound right, but.
It was 17,000. That's the price he gave me.
That's what he gave you. But a bird back then, so I probably was going to put 22, 25. But that's how you know somebody who's, it's like, that ain't, I don't know why I know that.
Yeah, man, listen, I mean, I told myself at that point, I'm not built for the drug game. I can't call the police to let him know that he ripped me out for a kilo. I can't sue him over the kilo. The only thing I could do is extreme violence. And I did not have a crew of people to do that. I would have had to do it.
Rick wasn't down with that.
Yeah, Rick wasn't doing that either.
No.
The only thing I could have done, I wasn't willing to do. And I realized that I'm not good at crime. I'm not built, and I'm especially not built for the drug game. Because the only thing I could have done was, kidnap him? I mean, get him hurt really badly to the point where he's so scared that he has to give me back the money? I mean,
you know what he's gonna do then?
He would probably retaliate.
No. He's not giving back anything. What he's gonna do is call the police.
They'll be arrested.
And they gonna be happy in the back of that car, and Puffy gonna be like, "Hey man, since you going to jail, let me get that jacket."
You ain't gonna need it in there.
Yeah. He did you a favor.
Yeah, man, and it's cool. Like I said, the drug game, man. To me, it's crazy. I just interviewed Charles Cosby. You know who that is? The whole Griselda.
Do I know who that is?
You know him personally?
He was a legend in Oakland.
Right. Exactly.
I mean, he's
Oakland legend.
He's like, he
Yeah.
He's that
guy.
Yeah.
And he said that after he got with Griselda, she sent him 50 kilos, which he sold back then. He said kilos were like 40,000.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he said that he made $2 million and his cut was 10%, which is 200,000.
She fronted him.
Yeah, she fronted him. She fronted him the coke. And I'm like, isn't it crazy that you would risk essentially the rest of your life in prison for a 10% profit margin?
Well, she fronted, and so I got 10%. So of the $2 million I made, I got $200,000, which was a lot of money.
Right.
At that point, the most money I've ever had was $30,000.
I mean, as a full-grown adult right now, $200,000 may be a lot of money, but off of a $2 million total 50-kilo package, that's like life in prison, essentially. You know what I'm saying? To run a business at such a low margin at 10% and taking such a massive risk, do you realize how crazy that is?
Yes, but I was looking at the big picture.
Okay.
You know, I was in it for the long haul.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I knew if I played my position, you know, was never short on money. You know, I delivered on time. I knew that, you know, I would have bigger paydays coming, which is what eventually happened.
It's a game because he couldn't buy that.
Yeah.
But that's what he was doing. Like he was a
middleman.
You know, he was a block guy from what I.
He said up to that point he didn't have more than 20,000 in his pocket at any point in his life.
And
he was kidnapping drug dealers and doing all types of dumb shit like, you know, extorting like.
Oakland in the 80s.
Oakland was a mess. Yeah, Oakland was an absolute.
Yeah.
But that drug game, man, like
it's not to be
fucked with.
Especially. Like I tell the kids now, I was like, listen, man, you're not making money. You're just
you're surviving.
Going through the whole thing.
Yeah, you're
Eli Lilly is making money.
Yeah.
Selling dope.
Moderna, Pfizer.
Look, Eli Lilly's stock is $574 per share.
Yeah.
Do you know what Apple stock is?
Well, the stock price doesn't matter as much as the market cap. Let's take a look. Hold on a second.
Listen to me.
I'm about to tell you how much Eli Lilly is
actually worth. I know what it is. It's $574, maybe.
No, but the stock price doesn't matter. You have to count the stock price versus the number of shares.
Okay, now watch this.
I'm about to tell you exactly how much
Eli Lilly is worth.
Eli Lilly has a market cap, which is how much the total company's worth if you count all the shares.
Mm-hmm.
$721 billion.
Who's selling dope? Fuck out of here.
Yes. The stock is currently $758. But like
it went up.
Yes, it went up.
Do you see what iPhone stock is? Maybe 174.
Yeah, but Apple's actually worth more. I'm telling you, you can't just look at the stock price. This is what Apple is worth.
Okay.
This is something I do know.
Okay.
Because I just looked it up. The market cap of Apple is $2.8 trillion.
Okay.
So Eli Lilly is like.
But look what they got to do. They got to do all this shit. They got to do all this. Yeah,
they just throw some shit in a vial and you're done.
They're tricking. We're saying the same phone 5 times.
Right.
Just change the name.
Yeah, put an extra little button on the back. Yeah.
Eli Lilly is selling this much.
Yep.
700 what?
Well, you talked about going to an Oscars party at Prince's house.
Yeah.
How wild was that?
Now that's what I mean. This was beautiful because he had to know your name to get there. He had to check it off. Me and Dennis, his girl at the time, and uncomfortable. I know he's seeing this right now. Oh man, another one of our friends, and I can't believe I'm blanking right now. This is my brother, and we go there, and it's beautiful. I mean, everybody's there. I mean, he's on stage. Stevie Wonder gets on stage.
Stevie Wonder and Prince together. Shit.
Then Mary J. Blige gets on stage.
Woo.
Just at his house.
Yeah.
He's renting a house around the corner from Eddie Murphy, the guy who created their own spread or some shit. Holly Berry's there.
Didn't you try to holler at Holly Berry?
I saw her, and whenever I see her, I act like I don't see her, because it's one of those crush. It's one of those and she's always nice, and but she was there. Prince goes out he's singing by the pool, and everybody's out there. Purple rain. I'm like, oh shit, that's Holly Berry. Let me get the fuck out of here. Yeah, no, I know. If I was gonna have any kind of chance with her, I'm not saying that. We did Robert Childs was doing a movie called BAPS.
Yeah, I remember that. She was in it.
Right.
Yeah.
And I was supposed to be in it.
Oh, okay.
But I heard she was getting $1 million. And this is Friday, and I was doing a TV show. I was like, well, she get $1 million, that's a year and a half. But no, they can't pay you that much. I was like, well, you know how much you get on a TV show? Yeah, you know, they can't. Let's just do this movie while we're off for summer and have fun. I'm like, no. I want to get paid. He goes, Faizon, do this fucking movie. Now, they're going to call you. You're going to call your agent. Just make the deal. Okay. Agent calls. Hey, they want you to do the film. 15,000. Something ridiculous. I said, no, I won't do it for that, but I will do it for $1.5 million.
More than Holly Berry. The star of the movie.
And my agent is loving this because he's like, fuck them, right? Robert Childs calls me, are you fucking crazy? These people will ban you. I'm like, don't give a fuck them. This guy owns, I forgot his name. He did all the Saw movies, just before he did all the Saw movies. They will ban you. I said, okay, I get it. I got it. Now they're going to call your agent. You tell them, motherfuckers, you're doing it. Okay. My agent says, I got him on the phone. What are you going to do? So tell him 2.5.
You go the opposite direction. And I want to be on the cover. With Holly.
Right. I actually found Natalie, the girl in the movie, that played Holly's opposite. Mm-hmm. She's at a play with Angela Means.
Okay.
I said, Angie, that girl, she's really good. So I said, hey, Robert, you got to meet this girl. She's really good. He's like, man, fuck that. You ain't doing a movie. Just come meet her, man. He meets her, falls in love with her, puts her in a movie. And then he gets, I told him, man, hire AJ. AJ Johnson hires AJ. They do the movie. Troy Bear and Robert get into it. She takes her name off the movie. She calls it now Shay Lucretia or some shit, like some ghetto ass name, because he said it was so ghetto. And it brought up so much turbulence. Aretha Jones was our producer of the movie and of Parenthood. And the other producers Dennis Warren took me out to breakfast. He was like, Faizon, everything's fine on the show, but Robert wants you off the show now. And I was like, that ain't gonna happen. That's what they said. That ain't gonna happen. I know you're supposed to do that movie with him. He was upset, but the movie was falling apart. Troy Bear was calling him a ghetto ass producer. And me and Robert at the time was thick as thieves. But, you know, so they said, would you mind just doing a day on this movie so there'll be some peace on the parent? So I ended up doing a day on the movie. And Robert just made up some shit to put me in a trailer. And that day, Holly Berry threw a shoe at Pierre kept stepping on her toes and some shit. She took that goddamn shoe off like, BAM! I was like, God damn, that's my kind of woman right there. But yeah, she was always nice. But that's how I ended up being in BAPS.
Right, I'm looking at the cast. Bernie Mac.
I don't even remember Bernie being there.
Bernie Mac is in it. Rudy Ray Moore.
Yeah.
Leon.
Yeah.
Alex Thomas. LL Cool J. Dennis Rodman.
I don't remember. Well, I didn't see the movie.
Heavy D.
Yep, Hev. I know Hev because we was hanging out with Hev.
Yeah.
Heavy.
Howard Hewitt.
Yep, Howard Hewitt.
Nice little cast here. I got to go back and watch it.
Is my name in there?
Yeah.
Hilarious.
Yeah, you're in here. You're in there. Well,
what name did they give me?
Faizon Love.
No, character.
Tiger J. Do you not know this?
No. I've never seen the movie.
I'm going to call you that from now on. You're Tiger J. Tiger J, welcome back to VladTV.
I'm Tiger J because Robert got mad, threatened to kick me off the TV show, and he's like, man, just do this just so be peace.
Speaking of actors and getting paid, since our last interview, I made some comments about Taraji P. Henson.
Mm-hmm.
You heard about this?
I think you was in there with Matt Hoffa. You guys were arguing about it?
Yeah, exactly. And, you know, Taraji was basically had done an interview complaining about the pay that she gets in Hollywood.
Well, she's doing the press tour.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is...
For The Color Purple.
And I don't understand. See...
She even said that she felt that her comments were overshadowing the actual movie itself.
Yeah.
The movie ended up losing $40 million, by the way.
Losing, it only made $40 million.
Well, but it had $100 million. It made 16. I think it cost 100. So it lost $40 million. To be fair, I started to watch the movie and I didn't realize it was a musical, essentially. Musicals
to be fair,
are hard sells.
I didn't know The Color Purple was about black men fucking their daughters.
Oh.
And I was like, I started doing research because I saw the first one. I was like, okay, it was a great job by the actors. But I was like, this is nothing but, is this what black men are?
Incest?
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know. This shit, it pissed me off. I'm like, where the fuck does this happen at? And then women start opening up, so no, Faizon, that happens. I was like, fucking their daughters and they giving them away?
Yeah.
And then beating them? And then they say, I found out this is not it's a fictional story. I'm like, why the fuck was she right about this? So the whole movie, you know, yeah, I don't know if people want to see that. But
yeah,
I don't know why let's make a movie about black men fucking their daughters and giving them away and beating their ass.
I didn't watch, like I said, I started to watch the second one and I'm not a musical guy, so I love a good musical. Me, not so much.
Listen.
Not so much.
But a musical, bitch, let me whoop your ass. I'm gonna fuck you. I'm your daddy. I don't want to see that.
Yeah, that's weird. Yeah.
Fucked up.
Yeah.
And what does The Color Purple have to do with any of that shit?
Right. And then what is it? Boosie walked out of the movie theater over the lesbian scene and
I don't even think I got that far. Is a lesbian scene in it?
I guess so, yeah.
I didn't get that far.
Well, my point in all this was that what I didn't understand, and for example, me and Michael Jai White had a conversation about this, right? About how at the point in Taraji's career, and by the way, I'm a huge Taraji fan. I've seen pretty much every
You
movie
don't have
she's
to
in.
sugarcoat it.
No, I'm not sugarcoating it. I'm actually a fan of her work, sincerely. I've never seen her do a bad job on screen. Seriously. Never seen her do a bad job. She's always killed it whenever we've done it. Whenever I've seen her do it. But my thing is like, at this point in your mid-50s, if you don't
Is
feel
she
like...
50?
Yeah. Hold on. Let me see. She's 53.
I thought she was younger, bro.
No, she's 53 years old. With, you know, the decades she's put into her career at this point, if you're unhappy with what Hollywood has been giving you, it's time for you to transition into being a producer or start doing your own films and start, you know, essentially selling off these films to the streaming services, which is what Michael Jai White started to do. You know, and Michael also made the interesting point that Taraji complained about her star power not translating overseas, but what he said is that no dramatic or comedic actor translates overseas. Only thing that does is action.
That's not true.
It is true.
It's not true.
When you look at all the big,
You're looking at Faizon Love.
okay, well, Faizon Love, AKA,
Faizon,
hold on, AKA Tiger J.
Tiger J.
AKA Tiger J.
I am the Tiger J.
So you're telling me that your movies have done great overseas that are non-action movies? I'm not talking about XXX.
Comedy,
Comedy.
transitions.
Which comedy movies of yours have done great overseas in non-English speaking countries?
First of all, I did a movie in South Africa. It's huge. Called Mr. Bones. Yeah.
Mr. Bones, a comedy?
Yeah. It made more than the Titanic over there. South Africa. That's how I met my wife, my ex-wife. Shouts out, child, what it do?
Mr. Bones, a medicine man is sent looking for his son of his tribal king and brings back an American golfer and a host of goons intent on keeping him in the golf tournament. I've never even heard of this. This is from 2001.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's huge.
Okay.
Number two,
Yes.
there's a little movie that caused some ruckus because they took me off the poster. I can't really go into it. Couples Retreat.
Okay.
We didn't call. The people called. So why the fuck did you take Faizon off?
But that was more of a romance movie.
It's a comedy.
Romantic comedy. It's a rom-com.
But
It's called Couples Retreat. It's about couples. It's about love.
can I say another one?
I watched it.
Can I say another one?
Sure.
Elf.
That's a Christmas movie.
You said.
It's a Christmas movie.
You
It's a little
said.
bit different.
But did I prove my point?
Kind of, sort of. I don't know.
I hear what he's saying.
Yeah.
I hear what he's saying.
Action translates the easiest.
It
overseas.
does.
And when you look at, for example, foreign movies that have done well in America, they're all action movies. Squid Games, you know, movies like that.
I don't even know what Squid Games is.
You've never heard of Squid Games?
I heard, but I don't.
It was a great series.
I
loved
could watch it. It is a series.
Yeah.
Not a movie.
What do you call it?
Two.
Parasite.
Wish that was good.
Parasite was
How about this one?
Kung Fu Hustle, another action movie.
What's the one before that? Where they was walking on the tree branches. Crashing Tiger, Hidden Tiger, right? Crutching Tiger, Hidden Tiger.
Crouching Dragon Hidden.
Crutching Nuts, Hidden.
Right. It's totally action movie right there.
Huge.
Yeah.
How about this one? With the two guns.
You mean the action movie?
Yeah. No, I get it. I'm naming all. I remember.
It's all action. Action. I mean, because what
I
his
hear what
point
you're
was,
saying.
what his point was, is that all these countries have their own comedians and their own dramatic actors that they could get into a lot more because it's the native language as
I
opposed
think
to a subtitle or a dub over.
Okay.
That's it.
The
that was the
problem
point.
with-
And Taraji doesn't do action movies. That's it.
Well, she does.
Taraji action movies? Name one.
What? Mary, whatever that. Mary, Jerry. What was it?
Proud
Proud
Mary?
Mary.
Well, that ended up losing money overall.
Listen, I'm just telling you, it was an action movie. Just because it's an action movie doesn't mean it's going to translate.
Yeah.
You're
right. It has to be a great movie.
Yes.
Yes.
Now, my thing with that is she wasn't number one on the call sheet.
On which movie?
On the
Color Purple?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
She, I don't know if she was number 4 or 5.
Right. Well, that was also her point, because I guess she got 150,000 to do Benjamin Button. She wanted 500. They turned her down.
But
but once again, she was like number 4 on the call sheet.
But
yeah, you got Brad Pitt, you got Cate Blanchett, like you got big Hollywood stars ahead of you.
And you're new.
Newer, yeah, newish.
What do you mean? Benjamin Button was what 10, 15 years ago?
Yeah, it came out in 1893, I believe.
Yeah, basically in Hollywood terms.
Yeah.
So,
and she got nominated for an Oscar for that.
I think she got nominated for the Pimp movie. Pimp, this one that Terrence Howard was in, from what I believe. The one that Terrence Howard and her John Singleton movie.
She was nominated for Benjamin Button for an Academy Award, and that's it.
Not for the Pimp Juice?
Hustle and Flow? No. She killed it in that role, but no.
No, he said he got an Oscar. Yeah, no.
She has no Oscars.
No.
She has a Screen Actors Guild Award for Hidden Figures.
Now, what I want you to do is, what movie have you seen her in that says, hey, you deserve $80 million?
Not 80 million.
10.
Yeah, I don't know.
Not that it won't ever happen.
Yeah. The most she ever got was a Tyler Perry film that she starred in. She got $1 million.
But,
or she got $500,000. I think $500,000, yeah.
But what other film?
Look,
did you know how many black actresses out there that are kicking ass? This shit don't stop.
Hey, Jonathan Majors was doing good until that until that conviction. He was a big Marvel villain.
Yeah.
He might have been pulling in $1 million a film.
Listen. Very few actors pulled it in. Because I'm not saying they're not worth it, but it's a scale based on what you're bringing in.
Yeah.
I remember Chris Tucker turning down a check for $20 million.
For what movie?
What? Soul Man?
Soul Man.
Oh, they had a Antoine Fisher wrote a movie over at Universal for called Soul Man. He's going 20 million. Chris Tucker has turned down about $90 million.
Chris Tucker, though, was a superstar.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
You know what I'm saying? And he proved it over and over and over. He proved it with Friday.
It wasn't like,
and then he proved it with Money Talks, and he definitely proved it
with Rush Hour.
With Rush Hour 1, 2, and 3.
Right.
So, action movies, by the way. All of them except for Friday.
Okay. Now, can you tell me which one of those are actors you talk about has that kind of?
Yeah. Taraji is a very, very solid supporting actress.
Supporting, it doesn't matter. But I'm saying, which one of those films you say, oh man, I would go pay to see.
Yeah.
Where?
My point was, she can make the type of money that she wants to make,
but
she has to transition into other roles.
She has to keep going down. The journey ain't over.
Journey ain't over. Yeah.
It's like, go keep the journey.
No. Michael Jai White realized that Michael Jai White told me in our interview that he met with a big producer, and the producer told him that you'd be as big as Tom Cruise if you weren't black. He said, okay, let me go make my own movies then.
That's always an option.
Outlaw Johnny Black, written, produced, put out by Michael Jai White.
I can't
He
wait.
pulled up in a brand new, Range Rover. Like, and I asked him, I said, out of all the movies that you've done, and you got to think that he's done Batman, Spawn, like, bunch of movies. I said, have you ever gotten paid as much for a movie than putting out your own stuff? He's like, not even close. Stuff I put out myself makes way more money. And he keeps making money. Blood and Bone made a ton of money off that. His own movie. Doesn't win Academy Awards, but it's got a cult following and it's got a real audience. And he starred in it.
Yes. It's like,
That was my point. Is like, yo, like, I'm not hating. I'm not saying she should accept getting paid less than her white counterparts. No. If it was up to me, she should get paid top dollar. But at the end of the day,
but that's what part of that whole society of what entitlement.
So you think she's entitled?
Yeah. If you say, you look at this person's check and say, I should be, it has nothing to do with you.
Yeah, man, listen, me and D.L. Hughley, we were talking the other day, and, we were talking about the whole Monique situation. And he pointed out that there is not a single person in entertainment, including him, including me, and probably including you, that feel that they are paid what they deserve to be paid. And given the accolades that they feel they deserve, they should get. Everyone feels underappreciated in their own way, but not everyone goes on a public tirade and starts suing everybody and crying about it.
You pay what you get paid what you negotiate.
Exactly.
That's it.
That's it.
If you don't want to do it, then
Don't do it. Next film. Next project.
You know how many film movies I turned down?
How many?
About 5.
Okay.
About 5.
Well, as I was preparing for this interview, I found a list on Hot New Hip Hop, which lists Faizon Love's funniest movies.
It does what?
Your 7 funniest movies.
You want me to?
No, it actually lists them.
Oh, really?
Hear it?
Okay, yeah. Let me hear it.
Number 7, 3 Strikes.
DJ Pooh.
Number 6, Who's Your Caddy?
That's Tracy Edmonds.
Number 5, Couples Retreat.
Wow, okay.
Number 4, here's one you haven't heard in a while, The Replacements.
I love The Replacement.
That's with Keanu Reeves.
Yes, and Gene Hackman. John Favreau.
That's quite a lineup there.
That's the kind of field we were playing in.
Yep. Number 3, Don't Be a Menace to South Central while drinking your juice in the hood.
Number 3?
That's number 3.
I'm in there for 2 seconds.
I think I'm looking at the movie overall, not just particularly your role in it, but just the overall funniest movies.
2 seconds.
2 seconds. Number 2, Elf.
Really?
And you know what number 1 is, of course.
Made?
I think it was Thursday, Wednesday, Friday. Friday, there we go.
Yeah, they would. I mean, you know what's so funny is some white people don't know Big Worm and the guy from Elf are the same people.
But Big Worm and
the guy from Elf
is the same person.
Yeah.
You play Big Worm and Elf.
I just did Pensacola Con.
Okay.
And you sign autographs and memorabilia. And there's a picture of me in the rollers. I'm like, what movie is this? That's Friday. Friday? You were in Friday? The guy from Elf was in Friday? I did this one first.
Did you make more money from Elf than any movie you've ever done? Overall, including all the residuals and everything else like that. Because Elf, every Christmas, every streaming service picks up Elf.
I'm trying to see how to answer that. Elf was really good. But maybe Couples Retreat.
Really? Huh. Does that include the lawsuit money or just... No, we're talking about, okay. Okay, I thought it'd be Elf.
Elf
just because Elf is so timeless.
It's timeless, and those residuals come around.
Yeah, I remember I saw a video recently, like over Christmas, like Will Ferrell was running around, I think, New York City wearing the elf outfit,
Yes.
knocking up on store windows and
So
freaking people out.
that's hilarious because I knew Elf was huge when it was on Broadway and we couldn't get tickets.
To your own movie.
I
Yeah.
was like, I know him. I know him. I know him.
Is Will Ferrell the funniest comedic actor you've worked with in a movie?
No,
No.
no.
I love Will Ferrell, by the way.
I do too.
I think he's brilliant.
Listen. He's got to be. He's funny as fuck, but not the funniest.
Yeah, I mean, you've done Bernie Mac movies and stuff like that. So
Chris Tucker,
yeah.
and believe it or not, John and Vince. We were doing a scene in May, and I couldn't stop laughing. Because once Vince has you on the road and you can't stop laughing, he's going in deeper. Once he knows you, he's going in deeper, right? And John is going to come right behind him. I mean, what the fuck? So, and then Chris Tucker, there's some scenes we couldn't even finish together because we kept laughing and Gary Gay was getting mad with us. I'm like, fuck, it's funny. I don't know. I mean, yeah. Chris Tucker was a bad motherfucker at one time. What else did I say?
That was it, just Chris Tucker.
This is Will Ferrell. It's our first day of shooting. I'm in my trailer. He comes in dressed as Elf.
Okay.
And he goes, do you think this is funny? I said, are you fucking with me? He says, no, I don't know. I don't know if, am I playing this right? Like, this shit is brilliant. He fucked with me on another level, but he was dead serious.
Oh, so he knew it was funny, but he was trying to see what you would say and kind of messing with you in a way?
I don't know. It was on another level shit because we went in and did another scene and we did it like this. Like we've been working together for our it's a scene with, okay, guys, 10 o'clock, Santa. He loses his shit.
I remember that scene.
He loses his shit. And I just looked at him like, is this motherfucker? There was a little black elf. I said, put the black elf by me.
Oh, the mission from Friday? Yeah.
Because they had this other dude, I said, no, put him right by me. Because when he does it, I gave him the look like, this motherfucker. White people. And that's how that went. I mean, he's not one of those, all of them have different styles. Chris don't read shit. We just go.
Yeah, I remember Money Talks. I remember reading about how Chris Tucker got the director kicked off.
Fired him
because
I was right there.
Because the director wanted him to go by the script, and Chris kept going off script, and they were clashing to the point where Chris got rid of the director and got
Brett
Ratner, yeah.
Because he had worked with Brett Ratner on Heavy D movies,
Yeah.
Heavy D videos.
Yeah.
And Brett comes and says, oh, what the fuck I'm doing? What the fuck am I doing? Put the camera right there. Are you sure? Looks good to me. He would literally ask, Faizon, how's that frame look? Looks good to me.
Ended up a great movie, so clearly did something right.
Yeah, I mean, he was, so and a lot of times that's what it is, man. Directing is basically your opinion.
Yeah, that's it.
You know, everybody else is doing everything else. So, yeah, whatever. action, that sucked. He would never say it sucked. He would just be like, on somebody. Oh, we did one take, 85 takes one way because we kept laughing.
On Money Talks.
Yes, 85 takes one way.
Huh.
Meaning cameras here, set up here. We can't go through. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. We get it right one time. Brett fucks up the tape by that.
The jail scene.
Yes.
Yes.
Which was made up that day.
Oh. Well, Ari Spears, who's been in movies as well, here and there. He was also on Mad TV.
I do like his new attitude on your show.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think he has a good perspective.
Yeah. I like Ari. He's one of my main go-to guys now.
Yeah.
You know? And he talked about rapper actors who have no range. Meaning they play the same character every movie. He named 50 Cent, Ice Cube, Common, and DMX. Agree or disagree?
You mean Common's not a brilliant actor?
That's what he's saying.
He's just Common, are you saying?
He's just Common. DMX plays a great DMX in every movie.
Well, most actors, the stars, are doing that. I mean, you know.
Will Smith has range.
Will Smith has worked, yes, and has worked for it. Has worked deliberately.
Yes.
Worked for it. I want this instead. I don't want that.
I Am Legend. The CTE,
I Am Legend is Castaway in a City.
The CTE movie. You know, playing. You know.
Robot.
Serena's dad. Serena Venus's dad that he won the Oscar for.
The one he should have won the Oscar for was the one with his kid.
Oh, the science fiction movie?
No. What was the name of the movie? Pursuit of Happiness.
Yeah. I'm just saying you could say that Will Smith
movie
definitely has a lot of, he has range. He plays very different characters. Where you forget it's Will Smith.
Yes. And you can see, if you're married to the woman he's married to, you're going to have range.
You need multiple personalities to get through.
You don't know who you coming on to.
He was forced into being a phenomenal actor.
I'm gonna slap a motherfucker. That's what.
You're nothing compared to Tupac.
Imagine going to sleep. You'll never be a Tupac.
I'm sleeping with my son's friend.
By the way, I'm sucking your son's friend's dick.
We're all going on vacation together.
And he's not even in the Illuminati. It's like you have to be, tormented.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. There you go. There you go.
I remember seeing Will, his hair, it's all gray. His father was all gray. Like, father was a real cool dude. He was just, he was just a cool guy. And I remember seeing Will, all this shit is great. I'm like, what the fuck are you eating? You got muscles and shit? What are the weights stressing you out? It was that little boy Jada.
I see what you just did. Okay. Well, you said something interesting. I think it was on the Willie D podcast where you said Warhol said in the future everyone will be famous for 15 minutes.
Yes.
But you actually followed up with another very interesting statement, said that in the future, content is no longer king because everyone has a video camera. Mm-hmm. And that is a very profound statement because I see even in my profession,
mm-hmm.
which is doing interviews, when back in 2008, when I launched VladTV, I was one of the few interviewers, period, in the space, especially on the internet.
Yes.
Now, Shaq is doing interviews. YG is doing interviews. He got Lil Wayne on his new podcast. Jada Pinkett has a damn interview show. Everyone is doing interviews. Cam Newton, when he's not fighting kids, he's doing interviews. Like, everyone has a goddamn interview. And you're right. And everyone has a video camera, and everyone now, you're right, content is not king anymore. You have a very good point.
Do you understand that most of the content they're doing is negative?
Yeah.
You can go on the internet right now and says, Michael so-and-so won $10 million. But if you said, Michael motherfucker beat somebody's ass, beat Lil Boosie's ass or whatever, I'm gonna say, that's gonna be, So they're going for this negative shit. And that's why it's like people were like, man, I'm tired of hearing this negative shit, man. What the fuck?
Yeah. But, media has always been on the negative side.
Media
in general.
they play it as if it's truth. They pick sides.
Yep.
So I remember one time, I don't know if you remember this, the news media used to say, 10 people were shot at the mall. At least 3 of them died. I was like, why would they say at least 3 of them? I know they're saying at least 3 of them died, but it sounds like
they're excited. There's an exclamation point.
At least 3 died.
Yeah.
Like, why would the fuck you say that?
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's bad news spreads fast. I mean, it is what it is. You can't name me any major media outlets where all they do is just talk about positive stuff all day long. It just doesn't exist. It doesn't exist.
Positive. How and if I see another motherfucker on wealth management, I just would rather just eat shit out of a fucking bowl. That's how your wealth. Shut the fuck up. Wealth. People are not gonna. How many people do you think in the world are gonna see wealth? True wealth.
0.1% maybe if they're lucky. 0.001% if they're really lucky.
But if they really think about it, their life are already wealthy. You have your children, you have your life,
Yeah, you have your
you have your.
Yeah.
So, and it's all this whole I got some other businesses. Shut the fuck up and get on the surfboard or do whatever the fuck you do. And don't tell me about your fucking, because I've seen motherfuckers go from 250 million to 0.
Yeah, I've interviewed some of these guys.
So
Michael Vick made $100 million and they ended up in jail and filed for bankruptcy.
that's just one story.
That's one of many.
So what's the true wealth?
Well, I mean, listen, I feel that everyone could benefit from knowing how to handle money a little bit differently. You have to learn.
Of course.
There's a difference between managing $1,000, $10,000, $100, and $1 million. You have to approach it differently. It doesn't happen the same way, and you have to learn how to build up to it. And you have experts out there who have gone through it. Like I've made some of my friends have made millions of dollars by just talking to me about stock investing and then going off and doing it themselves. Right? This is a fact. I don't have to name names. It's true. And I haven't asked for a kickback or nothing. I was like, this is what I do. If you want to do it, here's how I do it. And they've gone on and done it, and they've done well with it. And I think that's great. So I don't necessarily see a problem with that, but there is probably too many out there.
That's different. That's somebody who's actually doing this.
Yeah.
And then they've won and lost.
Right.
It's not been all, buy you 17 houses, rent this one out, go fuck yourself.
Right.
Will you please go fuck yourself?
Yeah.
How to buy
this man went from homeless to starting
call this
ATMs.
number here. Call this number here. They're going to have $16,000. I'm like, are you fucking serious?
Yeah, no. Most of these guys, I remember the guys from Earn Your Leisure. They talk some shit about me, and then when I looked into what they do, they make all their money by having these high-priced seminars. Where they charge a ton of fucking money.
Yeah.
So really,
buy the book.
Yeah, they should rename themselves to help pay for our leisure.
You buy the book. What does it say? Go to the seminar.
They have little pictures where they're showing off their watches and shit. I'm like, well, how does this help you earn your leisure? Like, fuck those guys. But you know what I'm saying? But most times these guys are trying to make money for themselves off of poor people who don't know better.
That's all it is.
That's it. Yeah.
That's all it is.
Exactly.
That's
which is why I've always put out free information for people. It's like, this is how I've done it. I'm not asking for, money from you guys. If you guys want to run with it, this is how I've done it.
Most information is free. You have to apply it.
Exactly.
But people don't.
Now, people feel that they pay for it is somehow more valuable. And most times it's not. All my best information I got from books that are $10, $15. That's it.
Yes, research. It's called research.
Exactly.
Tell you, I had a friend of mine. I said, listen, if you go in that club, there's a guy with a jacket on. Ask him to buy the jacket.
And if he says no.
If he says no, follow him home.
Follow him home.
Get in the shower.
He'll eventually come off that jacket.
It's like,
and you will be wealthy.
Warren Buffett gives great advice.
Yeah. That's where actually I learned most of my advice from. Listen, I had fucked off my money so many times.
You're going to do that.
Buy a kilo for $17,000, lose it all. There was this dude named Johnny Hooks who was affiliated with Game, unfortunately for Game. Game had nothing to do with this shit, but, he was this big real estate guy. I gave him a bunch of money for a real estate investment, and I never saw that money again.
No.
I fucked off money so many times, and when I started making real money, luckily I stumbled so many times by this point that I said, okay, who's the Michael Jordan of this stock shit? Only one person. Warren Buffett.
Yeah.
I read his book, then I read the books that he learned from, and ever since then, I've made millions of dollars. You know what I'm saying? But I also had to, it wasn't fast money. It took, I've been investing since 2010.
There is no fast
money. It took 14 years to get to where I am, of constantly putting money in, seeing man, listen, the most money I ever lost I lost over $1 million on paper 2 years ago when the stock market seriously dropped. 2 years ago, I lost over $1 million on paper, meaning that my stocks dropped by that amount of money. But I didn't sell. I bought more. And the next year was the most money I ever made.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what
you got to learn that.
Yeah.
It wasn't fast money. It wasn't a quick flip. It wasn't,
There is no fast money.
Yeah.
It's all slow.
It's all slow money. That's how the real money's made.
Yeah.
It's all slow.
But
and that's okay.
Because you're in for the marathon, right, not the track meet.
Do you know who the biggest wealth, some of the biggest pockets of wealth in the world are these organizations that are multi-generational? Why do you think the Vatican is worth billions of dollars? They've been around for hundreds of years. These police pension funds, these firemen pension funds, they've been around for 150 years. They keep reinvesting and reinvesting and reinvesting. Next thing you know, they're worth billions.
Yeah.
But it takes a lifetime. People want to just have that quick flip.
Hey,
it doesn't work that way.
Listen.
Yeah.
By the time you start making money, all that shit you wanted, you don't want. Listen.
I don't know. Some of the shit I wanted, I got when I got some money.
Of course, you got it.
Yeah.
But it's not important.
I wanted the big house. I wanted the nice cars. I wanted the nice watches. I got that. Nice clothes.
How old are you right now?
50.
Yeah. In a couple more years, you'll be like, I don't like walking around this big ass motherfucker.
Yeah, we'll see. Then I'll sell it. But I bought it in a very desirable area in Calabasas, and it's still worth, at least what I bought it for.
Of course.
Yeah.
But pretty soon, you're going to downsize.
Possibly. And that's fine.
It's a fact.
Last question before I let you go. Our last interview, we talked about your health, losing weight. I gave you a couple, things that, I could work with you on. Michael Jai White was also concerned and so forth. Has anything changed since then?
Yeah. Well, you know what? I caught pneumonia and the flu. And I'm glad he heard it, but what he was hearing was long COVID.
Okay.
And when I caught pneumonia and flu, it wiped that out.
So now you're better?
Yeah. I mean, but I've still got to, I still got to work, but I'm not. Look, we've been out here. What did I eat today? A
Fried
fried
egg
egg
sandwich?
sandwich.
Do you have a treadmill in the house?
Did you see the stairs?
Not the same thing.
Shit.
Not the same thing.
Walk up them stairs.
I have circular stairs in my house, and it's not even remotely the same thing. Get a treadmill. Get a treadmill and hook up a video game system to the treadmill and see how easy it is to do an hour while playing video games on a treadmill.
I definitely have to do that.
Transform my life.
Really?
I'm in your house right now. You have plenty of room for a treadmill.
But you know what that thing turns into? A hanging rack with clothes.
No, it doesn't.
Well,
Hook up a TV. I'm telling you, hook up a TV. I'm going to give you certain kind of video games to play where the time passes very quickly and you can do the treadmill while you're doing it. Every morning I burn 500 calories. Transform my health.
So what do you eat after that?
I usually
you look healthy, but
yeah.
I've had a lot of friends.
I don't usually eat breakfast. You know what I mean? And counting calories is a big deal also. Like, I don't actively count.
Does it look like I lost some weight?
You look about the same. I'm going to keep it 100. Your friends got to tell you the truth.
Yeah, this dude right here, how many miles you do on your bike?
Probably about 25,
Yeah.
30.
There you
He
go.
is the healthiest chubby nigga. Wait, how you do 25 miles?
Well, listen, you could ride 25 miles and then go to an all-you-can-eat buffet and cancel all that out. You know what I'm saying? I remember
he was a vegan for a year straight.
Vegan don't matter for shit. It's all about calories.
Oh, really?
It doesn't matter whether it's vegetables or meat. The calories are calories. For example, like I remember.
Vegetables have a lot of calories?
Yes. Well, if you deep fry them and shit like that, they're swimming in oil, absolutely.
I have a bunch of carrots in the refrigerator right now. I was like, I'll snack all these carrots.
Yeah, the carrots ain't shit, but you go and dress them up. And,
No.
Put ranch dressing all over them.
No,
Yeah.
the carrots are still in there.
Look, I remember the other day, I burned 500 calories on the treadmill. It takes me about an hour at a high incline to do that. And I remember I went to Whole Foods afterwards. I was going to get a scone. And it has the calories. It said 450 calories for this one little scone. I said, no, I'm good.
So what you eat?
I ended up eating nothing. I said, man, I worked too hard for these 500 calories to give them all back in one scone. At least have it be a little more enjoyable.
I see myself. I see those people with those Ozempics.
Yeah, I've tried that.
And when it would happen.
So here's what happened on Ozempic, right? It was almost exactly a year ago. So no one could say, oh, Vlad's only thin because of Ozempic. I stopped. I did it for like 4 months about a year ago. It's been a year since I tried it. What happens with Ozempic is, when you eat too much and you feel like really full, like I don't want to eat anymore.
Yeah.
You feel like that permanently on Ozempic. You always feel full and kind of uncomfortable full and kind of constipated at the same time. And what would happen is I would be constipated for like 4 or 5 days. And then I spend one day just on the toilet all day. You know what I'm saying? And then you would start the cycle over the next week.
Really?
And the weight did come off. Like right now I weigh about 205. So at my heaviest, I was about 230. Once the pandemic hit and I started counting calories and working out, I went down to 205. On Ozempic, I went down about 195.
What's the heaviest you've been?
About 230, 235.
You know what the heaviest I've been? Right now.
Which is?
7,000 pounds.
7,000 pounds.
No. But I'm a little, it's really aesthetics that I'm doing it for.
Well, me too. I mean, I like wearing certain kinds of clothes and, certain like that. But what I'm saying is, so basically, between the constipation and the feeling I'm comfortable in this, I said, I'm cool. I'll just go back to
Your camera guy's like, is this message for me too? Is Vlad trying to tell me something too?
No, I mean, listen, so I've been off Ozempic for a year. I gained 10 pounds, which is what I was before the Ozempic, and I've maintained it though. I haven't gone up, but
what's so fucked up is if I lose 100, I'm still fat.
Yeah, but you'll look a lot different. You'll look different and you'll feel better.
Yeah.
I definitely feel better at this weight. See, I'm okay being 205. It's like, I'm not trying to get to like 165. I used to weigh 165 at one point.
Have you seen pictures of me then?
No.
Really?
Well, the first time I saw you was on Friday, so.
I was probably 240.
How tall are you?
6'1".
It's not too bad.
There's pictures of, look at me on, can you look up Faizon Love on Def Jam?
You see, I don't remember the Def Jam Faizon Love.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, I watched Def Jam, but it didn't, every comedian hasn't, I don't remember.
Oh, right. Look
There
at
was so many comedians, you know what I'm saying?
What?
And everyone was new at that point. So
Yeah.
it's not a shot at anyone, but.
I did it when Martin Lawrence was hosting the Good Years.
Yeah.
And then Faizon Love on Showtime at the Apollo.
Is this you right here?
Yes. Is that me?
Is that you?
Yeah.
He's
He's looking at me. He sees the picture.
You look different.
Yeah.
You look thinner. No, you're not exactly.
I'm not slim.
Yeah.
But Faizon Love at the Apollo.
Look that up.
Yeah, look that up. This is all residually. Hey, let's go to Popeyes.
There you go, with hair.
Yeah. Yes. That was 9.
Okay.
So it's been
You get back down to that weight.
out.
You can get back down to that weight.
You think so?
How much heavier are you from that weight right now?
I had to be about
So you said 240.
230 right there.
230.
I was 18.
Now you're
19.
7,000. So you were 6,770 pounds more.
Yeah. But I actually, I have a plan on doing that. So, because I told her I want to take my daughter to Disneyland. This is our second time going. And this time I'm going to walk around the mother.
Right. Instead of having the little cart.
My daughter's looking at me like, really? Is this what we doing?
Hey man, listen, we want you to stay healthy. We want you to stay around for a long time. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. It's coming from a good place. It's coming from a good place.
When Michael said it, I get it.
Yeah. And he's like a workout fucking freak, with that shit.
Yeah.
Because he's older than both of us.
Is he?
Yeah, he's 89 years old.
I'm gonna tell you who was the Richard Roundtree. No, who was that with the knuckle? The knuckle right here. The actor, Fred. Can I say something as the French? I consider the French.
Michael Jai White is 56.
He's a year older than me.
Yeah.
He's a year older than me. So yeah. No, I get it, but he's
Yeah, he's a great grandfather also.
Really.
True story. He had kids very young though. He started having kids like 14 or something.
I have one child.
Yes.
And when she's here, she wears me out. That's why we're getting rid of these stairs. We're going to get a ranch.
You gonna slide?
We're going to get a ranch. I got something to ask you, though.
Let's go.
But you got to do this.
Okay.
You got to do this.
Okay, I'm hearing.
Omar Bradley is a very dear friend of mine and a brother. Are you looking him up?
Yeah.
Well, he says you've been talking shit. And I have to get a phone call. He wants to see you. And I was like, no, brother.
I have no idea who this is. The Omar Bradley that's looking up in Google is an old white guy who's a military officer.
Omar Bradley?
Omar Bradley. What does he do?
He's a former mayor of Compton.
Oh, okay. So I interviewed Robert Ladd from Compton Gang Unit, who may have said some negative things about Omar Bradley.
Was it?
It was somewhat recent.
Probably Ladd. Was it Ladd that said the shit?
Yeah.
I just don't want you to say the shit.
I didn't say anything. I don't know who Omar Bradley is. I mean, I've never met him or never came in contact with him. He may have said something, but Compton PD and Omar Bradley had real beef. In fact, Compton PD got disbanded at one point, and they had to get absorbed into the sheriff's office.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, 'cause it was,
some negative things may have been spoken about Omar Bradley,
some of them,
but I didn't say it myself.
Okay. 'Cause he's a good friend. He's like my brother.
Okay. Shout out to Omar. I mean, but they had the Compton
Oh no, I was
PD
there.
had real beef
I was there.
over that shit. So I think that got brought up in our interview, and it probably hit his
I
radar.
didn't see the interview. I just got the phone call.
Yeah, I'm almost positive I did not say anything
Okay.
personally about him. I may have talked about some of the accusations or whatever else, but I've never actually said anything negative about former mayor Omar Bradley.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely. If I said it, listen, there's video out there. I would have to stand behind it. I can't just sidestep it. Yeah, no. Shout out to Omar Bradley, man.
Good friend. Like I said, he's like my brother.
Okay.
So
We should have him on the show. He can confront me with these accusations if he wants.
Trust me, he will.
Let's do it. Omar, come on VladTV. He's here right now. He's standing right behind you.
Hey, Omar, come on there.
You know, he's probably wearing my jacket.
He comes out of your jacket.
That's what it is. Faizon Love, man. Filmed at your home for the first time.
First time.
Till
man.
next time. Peace.
Peace.